Hey there, Snicker Snacks, and welcome back to Vorpal Tales Presents Awesome Adventures, live on Onyx Path Publishing. As always, I'm your host. Is it just me or is it cold in here? Space Lord Pajamas. Let's introduce our intrepid adventurers, Patty, Ever, Eric, and Tiffany. How you doing, Awesome Sauces? Tell us who you are and what you'll be playing tonight. Just the short of it. We'll get to the long of it and hear it a little bit later. Patty?
Hello, I am Patrick Horn. You can find me on the internet as @PattyShakes_. And tonight I'll be playing the Krampnik Sorcerer.
Cool.
Yeah. Hi guys, I'm Ever. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me on the internet as Changeling Ever, and tonight I will be playing the Tasslin in a Furbolg shape Ranger.
And hi, my name is Eric. You can find me online at Marone Recluse on Twitter, and tonight I will be playing Elril, the Way of the Winter Soul monk.
Hi there, Tiffany. You can find me at Pinky_88 on Twitter. Tonight, I will be playing Islip, the Eschik Bard.
Cool. So, at the top of the show here, I just want to point out that we're still in a moment of history. Minority communities are basically fighting for the right to exist in our society. It should not be that way. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings. That means the right to equal pay, actual living pay, the ability to go through your day not being harassed or threatened for existing. And we here at Vorpal Tales are being the best allies we can be and encourage others to do the same. Also, go vote. It's tomorrow. If you early voting's closed, but my God, go vote. And wear your
Vote,
masks.
vote.
There you go. Thank you, Patty. Check out our Twitter website or simply just follow the social media tags to get involved. So for those of you following along at home, tonight is a one-shot with Onyx Path Publishing's latest supplement for Scarnlands, Frostlands of Fenrilik. This is a little freeform area for Scarnlands that gives players and GMs alike free reign to what goes on there. We took the opportunity to do so, and we'll have a published supplement with some of the monsters we're using tonight. And, yeah. So, thanks to Onyx Path Publishing for always being awesome and supporting the player base and giving us a lot of truly unique settings to adventure in. As always, we're using Astral Tabletop, the Chimi Taco Enchilada Rito of online gaming tools to bring your friends together and roll some bones.
I like that. I'm going to steal that for mine.
Cool. So, yeah, big announcement here. Vorpal Tales is taking part in Extra Life, a 24-hour non-stop charity stream. For us, that starts on November 7th at 10 a.m. with myself and others, starting with Bacon and Zombies in the morning. And then around 2 p.m., we'll switch up to the live plays, DM'd by our very own Maid of Kimchi. After that, Patty Shakes is trying to scare the hell out of us, like we're a bunch of kids with a pesky dog around 6 p.m. And then then around midnight till 10 a.m. Sunday, the 8th, it'll be all multiplayer all the time, where the cast and crew is going to be playing a bunch of various video games. Check it out. Support us. Support a great cause. Check out our tweets and website for more information on where to donate. You can always find us role-playing, live tweeting, updating, and recapping on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, at Vorpal Tales. Most importantly, subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/VorpalTales. With the different tiers, you get really cool stuff like movie date nights with our cast and crew. We appreciate all your love and support, and that's patreon.com/VorpalTales. And with introductions out of the way, we can get to why everyone's here. So if you take a hot cheesesteak sandwich to Frostlands, does it get cold?
Oh, 100%.
It gets better.
Then
It
you
doesn't-
have a grilled cheesicle.
Still good. Still tasty. I would venture.
I mean, is it really a grilled cheese sandwich if it's not hot, though?
It depends. Is it with or without whiz?
And you did grill it beforehand.
No whiz. I know that's the
No
authentic
whiz.
way, but no whiz.
No, we don't. No.
Patty, you're
whiz.
killing me over here.
Nah, slap some
It's not a grilled cheese sandwich.
provolone on that bad boy. cheesesteak? Well,
Oh,
that'll change your life.
cheesesteak.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, right?
I thought we were talking about
I thought we were talking about grilled cheese.
That's what I thought.
It's a cheesesteak, right?
Yeah, cheesesteak sandwich.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh.
All right.
Oh,
Trying to make me think I'm crazy.
I mean, you are, but we like your brand of crazy.
It's true.
This is true. This is true. All right, so tonight is a special one-shot night. Frostlands of Fenrilik is an expansion for Scarred Lands 5e open game license that explores the frozen continent of Finrillic. Known as the roof of the world, Finrillic is a massive frozen tundra filled with unique creatures, dangerous weather, and deadly titan spawn. This book is created through the... Oh man, I pronounced this earlier today. Slarician Vault
That is
community
very
content.
close, I think.
Yeah, man. I practiced that like 11 times today and still got stuck. As the program and is designed to not only permit adventuring parties to take their adventures in Finrillic, but also to allow crafty DMs to create their own Finrillic content. Drawing enthusiastically on Greek mythology, the revised and reimagined Scarred Lands nonetheless retains its place as a modern fantasy RPG setting. This is a world shaped by gods and monsters, and only the greatest of heroes can expect to be counted among them. Yet the myths of the Scarred Lands are relatively recent events. The effects of the Titans' War still ripple through the world, and the heroines and villains of many of these stories are part of a living memory, if not still alive themselves. The Arctic continent of Finrillic is the northernmost land mass of Skarn. Because of the difficulty and proved to get there, few who even know of the land would care to travel there, further isolating the continent from the rest of Skarn. Finrillic was first described in detail in the 2004 book Strange Lands, Lost Tribes of the Scarred Lands. The last Scarred Lands book published for D&D 3.5. Yay, 3.5. The Scarred Lands Player Guide for the 5th edition makes only the briefest reference to the continent, so there are lots of room there to explore. The new Frostlands of Fenrilik seeks to reintroduce the icy land for 5e by updating and expanding on the concepts introduced in the Strange Lands. And this is where our tale starts, on the frozen coast of the lower parts of the frozen continent. You're a party of a mercenary band hired to protect goods traveling to Kovokimru, the capital, Kovokimru, and really the only city of Finrillic. Why don't we take a moment to talk about this hired crew of mercenaries? Tell us about your character, starting with Patty.
Sure thing. My character's name is Moish, and I am a Krampik. Sorry, I said it wrong at the beginning. I added an N in there. It's Krampik, not Krampnik. Krampik, Yushada marked sorcerer, which Yushada marked is a new sorcerer subclass for the Fenrilik expansion. Basically, the religion of Fenrilik is much more loose than it is down south in Skarn, and people still kind of worship the Titans and are not like immediately thought of as evil for it. And also they loosely worship a group of spirits they call the Yushada. So this takes that lore and makes it so that I gain my powers from the Yushada. And as you go throughout the class, the idea behind the Yushada is that they control the elements of Fenrilik, especially because they're such a close tie to the ice and therefore inverse warmth, to sustain life on the continent. You slowly get into master the elements a little bit, very Avatar-esque, and soon you were able to manipulate not just fire, water, earth, and air, but thunder, poison, all of the traditional elements of 5e. My character is a Krampik. Once again, they are small beings that are completely covered in fur, and they have these. They look like ibex horns, but they're actually antennae. And they, for people who are not familiar with Krampik society, it's very hard to kind of maybe sometimes understand what they're saying, especially because they don't use tone a lot. Their antenna conveying a lot of emotion, so they very rarely use their hands to talk. They don't use a lot of emotion in their voice. They rely on their antenna to signify how they're truly feeling, which can be very confusing for non-Krampiks. A little bit on Krampik society. Basically, we live subterranean down by the geothermal vents, and we have, because of our kind of accepting and more timid nature, it's been very easy to have other races come and take control of us and enslave us. Our current quote masters are the Scarai, which are these horrible, monstrous abominations, half scorpion, half man. Their origins unknown. People think they're just some awful, twisted, eldritch Titan spawn kind of thing. And they work us. They have us work the vents, pulling both heat and things that grow in the vents and things like that. And just kind of like the way we are, they don't really worry about us rebelling, because that's just kind of how we are. We're just like chilling, doing our thing, and they're just the next overlord for the time being, kind of thing. Yeah, that is my character kind of in a nutshell.
Cool. Sounds awesome. Ever, tell us about your character.
I must concede that I will not be able to do it as beautifully as Patty did. I'm reading something pre-prepared. So, I am playing a Tasslin, which is basically an ooze that is put into a bipedal shape. And they specifically imprint on another species, and mine has chosen a Firbolg. My character is an Ice Walker Ranger, and my character's beings have only recently, within the last 100 years or so, appeared on the face of Fenrilik. While Taslen means awakened in Druidic, some scholars argue that it translates better to severed in Fenriliki. Either translation appears appropriate, as these humanoid-looking creatures were once host imprints from among the frigid oozes known as Ice Wardens. Rumor tells that something happens to sever a Tasslin from their Ice Warden progenitors, leaving them to exist as their own selves. I appear as a Firbolg, perfectly sculpted from ice down to minute details, with eyes that glitter like the rising sun reflected off pristine snow. Firbolgs resemble humans, and the males sport great thick beards. I took a little bit of artistic liberty with this character. They're described in my blurb here as fleshy pink, and their hair comes in many colors, but they're usually red or blonde and worn long. I figured that since my character was made out of icy ooze itself, they would lean more towards blue with white hair, and the art you'll look up for Firbolgs have the pink nose. In their original form, Ice Wardens can live for hundreds of years. It is unknown if the Tasslin retain such lifespans, or if they take on the natural lifespans of their imprinted host. No Tasslin has yet died of old age. And in doing some research on Firbolgs, they reach adulthood at about 30, but they can live to be about 500. So, a very huge lifespan there as far as they go. So either way, I'm going to live for a long time, unless Sean murders me.
That could happen.
He's like, shut up. The Tasslin have really unique names, stuff like one who woke in the watery cave, one who saw the starfall, one who seeks redemption, one who must avenge their fallen companion. My character's short name is Vale, kind of inspired by Colorado, but the long name is one who is veiled by snow, or one who is veiled by falling snow, sorry.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I've got some really nifty powers. I've got, because of an ooze origin, I have blind sight. I can perceive what is around me within 60 feet. Let's see, what would I like to share next? If I die, so I mean, technically you can't kill me, but technically you can. If I die, my form shatters and reverts to a semi-animate ooze state like that of an Ice Warden. If revived by magic or similar effects, my body returns to its humanoid form.
Cool.
My creature type is both ooze and humanoid, which is really cool. I am, what is it? I'm a mercurial person. I am like a cat, both liquid and solid at the same time. Sorry. I cannot be blinded, deafened, or suffer from exhaustion. and I am vulnerable to bludgeoning damage. And I have a lot of languages, which are pretty cool, and they're mostly like Fey related. So Firbolg, Sylvan, Common, Primordial, Krampic, Orc. And of course, as a ranger, I have Hunter's Mark, Animal Friendship, Speak with Animals, Misty Step, Silence, Hold Person. And what's really badass? Oh, am I allowed to say that?
I guess.
Okay. What's badass is I get to roll for initiative twice, and I get to tell Sean which one's the better one.
Nice.
Wait, say that again?
She rolls initiative with advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Initiative. Gotcha. All right, cool.
Yeah, I think it's pretty awesome. I'm going to preface my playing with this character is either she or they, being that they're an ooze, they really don't have a gender. I have never asked an ooze what its gender is, but this one is she or they. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Is that it?
Well, I have a foxy.
Oh, that's right.
Like Fennec.
Oh.
Yeah, we did use Patty's extra thing here.
I did. Yes, I wasn't sure if I should share that with my character or like later on, but I will read off the blurb that I think Patty wrote.
Yep, this is Patty's thing. He did a lot of hard work on some stuff that'll probably show up tonight.
Oh boy, that's not great. Because I made some very evil things.
I did too over the weekends.
Oh God. This is the group that Sean just wants revenge on, but no. But anyway, I shall read this to you. There is a legend that a family of ancient Vulpes migrated to Fenrilik long ago, and the first Eschek took care of these creatures, and in exchange, they worked as guides and hunting companions. Well adapted to the tundra, few visitors will ever see one of these creatures, but a skilled hunter might be able, and even attempt to tame one. Did I do that justice, Patty?
I was going to say, did you just channel my GM voice right there?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
But yeah, Fennec Fox, and it's snow, and I love it, and yes. It becomes one with its terrain, it's got keen senses, and it doesn't suffer the adverse effects of extreme cold climates, which is pretty freaking awesome. And it's cute, and if you want me to replicate fox noises, I will gladly scream like a dolphin into the microphone.
We're gonna move on because I'm not gonna let that one go down a path. So Eric, tell us about your character and not what anything says.
Well, I can't top anything that preceded me, as ever said before. But I'm playing Errol of Valar. He's a monk. He is of the Way of the Winter Soul. So basically, that allows him some special abilities outside the usual monk class, with the ability to use ki and so on. He's actually able to deal. Basically transform his inner energy into fire or ice, either cold or fire, essentially, instead of just regular bludgeoning damage. He can also do this from a distance of something like 10 feet. So if we actually need to have a human heater, I can become that for the expenditure of a few ki points, of course. He also has the ability to resist cold and fire damage more than most. And also he has a special ability that allows him to sense the movement of fog, steam, and snow. So when normally it would be his vision might be obscured, it's completely clear. Those are basically it for the Way of the Winter Soul. I made it so that he came from a small fishing village named Balar, and he basically left that village and became a monk just to want to get out of that type of life. He found comfort in the secret worship of the Ice Mother. He doesn't talk about that one too much, but most of the time it's the Ice Mother is considered to be another face or another sort of like an avatar for the deity known as Lethen. But he actually considers the Ice Mother the real mover and shaker of the Northlands, as it were. So um, he practices he often will meditate to the Ice Mother, and that's use his ability to harness his use that belief to harness his abilities within himself. As far as humans are concerned, they are petty and terrible creatures, oftentimes. I think objectively, but anyway, enough about that. So that's basically it about him. There's not much to him. He does like flower tea. That's one of the things that was grown in the Balar village that he grew up in, and that's probably why he's traveling with Nunchuck, or as he perhaps may call him, Chuck, or the Chucker, a little less informally.
Oh yeah, I did tell you guys about that, didn't I? Forgot. All right, cool. Tiffany, tell us about your character.
I'm trying to get chucking out of my head.
It's Chucker, the Chucker.
Okay, Chucker. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so tonight I am playing a Aztec. I'm hoping I'm saying that correctly. I'm literally just pronouncing it how it's spelled. They are, I guess, what you would call the ice version of a gnome. But they get very, very offended if you call them that, because there's a version of us that likes to be in the heat. No, that's not real. That's a lie. Stop talking lies. Stop it. You know, they get very offended. They tend to be very they're like normal, average, gnomes, I guess, anywhere between 3 to 4 feet in height. They usually reach adult age or maturity around age 40 as like a human. But they can live anywhere between 300 to 500 years of age. So they live pretty long. They're very shy, well, not shy, but cautious around strangers, usually taking hours to days before they feel comfortable with someone's, presence. And then as soon as they're comfortable, they're like, oh, hey, let's go hang out. Let's go do this. Let's do that. Hey, do you need this? Do you need that? They're like the perfect host. They're super affectionate, very kind, very welcoming, but they're also extremely quick to anger. If they think that someone has ill intentions for whatever purpose. They love the ice. They love the snow. Anything lower or anything higher than 40 degrees Fahrenheit, they're complaining it's too hot. They actually do have this thing, though. It's called a frost ring.
So
That
hold on.
any
Your character's just from Florida, maybe?
Yeah, no, not even Florida. I think they would just like breathe and then they would die. Honestly, anything below Canada, I think, would just be horrible for them. Canada's really cold, so I've heard anyway. I don't know what cold is. But they have this thing called a frost ring. They tend to give to convent or too wild, or what they consider savage for their tribe, and they're a very close-knit tribal family as well. They give these frost rings so it allows them to withstand warmer temperatures. So maybe if they had a frost ring, they'd be able to survive Florida, maybe. But they're very, very tight-knit families. They also tend not to have names until they reach maturity. And then when that happens, the whole village comes together and they go through this huge naming ceremony. And then that's when they give, let's pick a name. My character's name is Islip. Because it is she, her pronouns. She tends to slip a lot. She's very clumsy. So they just kind of like, why not? It's just
It fits.
a thing. My character Islip is also a bard, specifically of the College of Hope. Um, and this allows her to have some pretty interesting abilities. My favorite one so far, from the College of Hope powers specifically, there's Comforting Touch, which, if someone needs a boost of morale or determination, is kind of like bardic inspiration. But instead of just speaking these words, you just kind of gently just touch them, give them a little back massage or a high five, something like friendly, like, hey, great job, I'm proud of you.
Cool.
They also have calming words, which again, it's like bardic inspiration, but it allows you to create a bond of friendship in like that quick minute, and allows you to give whoever give this advantage on wisdom saving throws, specifically against being frightened. So that's really nice. And
Useful.
my absolute favorite one that I've learned so far is Song of Warmth. This is a very unique ability, in my opinion, where someone dies like within 30 feet of their character, and you can trap their soul in like a glass container. So it'd be like a jar or like a glass cup or whatever. But you have to do it like immediately within this character's death. You trap their soul, and despite any language barrier, you're able to communicate telepathically with this soul.
Wow.
And you have this like soul trapped in your jar for like up to 10 days, and any persuasion checks you have with the soul, you have an automatic +5 to that ability. And I'm
Wow.
just like, I can have a pet soul.
That's kind of messed up.
Yes, it is.
What do you
But I
think?
love it. And that's just with the College of Hope powers, and honestly, I just absolutely love it. And then in just the traditional bard powers like Vicious Mockery and Bardic Inspiration, Charm Monster, got greater invisibility on here, Dispel Magic. Speak with the Dead is another one I think is really interesting. It's really exciting to do something a little different. Like this
Yeah.
College of Hope, it's just like, College Hope? I hope I get a soul in a jar. It's quirky and I love it.
Soul in a jar. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Slap it on a coffee mug.
Yeah, all of these characters, they utilize pretty much everything out of the book. Like literally every extra class, race, whatever that was in the Frostlands of Fenrilik book, we used it right there. So they're all pretty cool. They're all very like wintry based, so it's kind of awesome for the setting. So should be awesome. Cool. So moving on to our story. You were promised a great sum by a well-to-do chef cuisinier who owns a franchise of tea and noodle houses across the lands. His second half-brother was left in your charge, Nunchuck the Wild, a sous chef in training. Supposedly, you're delivering goods to establish a noodle and tea house, Sprouting Hop's famous tea house of noodles in Kovakimru. However, all of this first involves arriving at an established port, then escorting the goods up into the city. I say up because I really mean up. The port is called the Rime Cliffs. It's a sheer cliffside in what is formed as a natural bay protected by the elements of rock and ice walls surrounding all around. The Rime Cliffs are known for a massive elevator in the middle that lifts up goods from ships to the top of the cliff, where there is a road leading to the springs in the city of Kovakimru. Yet as your ship approaches, something seems amiss. There are fires and cries of anguish. Something assails the port. Probably very cold adventurers. What do you do? And because it's my favorite system, we're going to use the fortune system from like Pugmire. This will let you re-roll any dice thrown, but you must announce you're going to use it before the GM announces the result. So you currently have 3 fortune in the pool, so I'm going to keep track of that.
Fortune, alright.
I'll do it.
I guess if you have to.
I do the Pugmire one. I'll do this one.
All right, cool. So, what do you do?
There's something happening on the port as we're pulling in.
Yeah, as you're not quite there yet, but you see like there's flames and some things seem amiss, and like yeah, something doesn't seem right.
I imagine I'm like hovering over whatever Nunchuck's preparing for the afternoon tea, and I'm like, you need to put more of this into it. Like I keep trying to push the flower tea onto him, despite his objections.
He just
And then he
kind of looks and he's like, "You're worse than my brother." Jesus.
you really should try it. It's quite good. It's good for the soul.
Great. Could you go do something else?
I suppose so. Goes outside, looks and sees fire, and goes, I don't think that's normal. Chuck, you may want to look at this.
So he kind of pops his head out the window, and he's just like, "Yeah, that seems right. No, wait, that doesn't seem right. No, that's definitely not right.
Not that much fire, no.
No, actually, that's kind of a lot. Oh, that's
A little fire.
that's a lot of fire. That's a lot of screaming.
Uh-oh.
You know what? We should just go back. We should just turn back right now. You know what? I'm gonna go tell the captain we're gonna turn back." And he kind of like goes
Seems
out,
unwise.
and he's having a chat with the captain. And the captain's like, "What do you mean turn back?" So, what are the rest of you doing as you see this? Something's happening.
I try to persuade the captain to keep going forward. If there's people in danger, we should go help them.
I'm trying to get a better look.
Give me a perception check.
Perception. Under wisdom.
Perception.
17.
Pretty good.
17. That is a good check. All right. So, according to Patty, it's an above-average check for your level. So you see, what you actually see is, you see some strange creatures, and like, there's flames. You see a couple of people screaming up on the cliffside. There seems to be like a lot of smoke, and the cliffside almost seems like it's cracked itself. But more immediately on the port, there seems to be some very large creatures that look like half man, half scorpion type creatures, sort of centaur like, but replace the horse with the scorpion. And they all seem to be feeding on something grisly, gross. It's murdered. It's murdered people. It's definitely murdered people.
I'm assuming the majority of us know what the Skarai are.
Yeah, considering all of
Moish does.
Intimately, I'm sure.
Moish knows what the fucking Skarai are.
Yeah, considering all of you probably would come from here at one point or another, yeah, you know what they are, and you know how deadly and gross they are.
Moish finally be able to get back to his home continent from being away would have been, eagerly at the bow of the ship, kind of very much looking forward to getting to dry land, as my people do not go in the water. And then seeing this, which is kind of turn around, there is a commotion. There appears to be Skarai. Please make sure your chest does not burst open with Skarai larvae. And when turn back around and continue looking at the scene.
That is
Lovely
a very
visual.
good tip.
Can my chest burst open with excitement?
No, if your
Wow.
chest bursts open, I will assume you've been impregnated with Skarai larvae and will have to kill you.
Oh. Yeah, I don't want that to happen. That doesn't sound fun. Neither does all that screaming. That doesn't sound like screams of joy. And I would know.
Cool. So the captain's gonna he's not gonna pull into port with it under attack unless you can persuade him to.
I will persuade him to.
Oh, will you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are
So
you sure?
Positive.
He said he was going to, so he's going to.
I have a terrible charisma.
All right, excellent.
I will assist in this endeavor.
Oh no! Oh no!
I
Our
think-
monk.
I can try.
As the charismatic character, I will attempt to assist.
So,
Boost.
I'm sorry. What, Patty? What's your character's name?
Moish.
Moish. And Eric, what's your character's name?
Elril.
Elril. Moish and Elril. That is a series that needs to be on TV right now.
Immediate.
Yeah, write that right now. So you go up to the captain, and Nunchuck is he's a cat person, by the way. So he's just like frantically like trying to explain. His tail is just wagging all like nervous like, and so he's like, you walk up there, and the captain just kind of looks at you, and he's like, I ain't pulling into that port. I ain't leaving either. I'm here to get paid. So
We will
you
get
all-
paid. Well, into the port. We will protect you, I assure you.
Y'all are the mercenaries. I'll put you in a dinghy and send you along.
Captain, as I am a species that does not swim, I would please ask you that you get as close, as a dinghy is most susceptible to attack. And if you were to just let us go through the dinghy, we cannot ensure your safe arrival. Please, pull into port, and we will protect your ship.
No. And at this point, you're going to have to convince him.
Okay. I will roll my terrible persuasion.
Okay? Patty can assist.
Oh, it's
wow.
a nat 1. Wow. It's just like in real life when I'm using actual dice.
Yeah, that's going to fail automatically.
Is there even any point in me assisting?
Wow.
I mean, if he chooses to use a fortune, then you can assist. If not, it's the captain's just gonna immediately go and start like cranking the dinghy down into the water.
It's all right.
Nah.
I'll take my failure with grace.
Okay, excellent.
It's okay. Moish will cover and just be like, was it something I said?
He just kind of gravely looks at you both.
Back.
I am sorry, Elril. I thought I could attempt to help here.
No, there's no assuaging that one, young friend. I appreciate the help, however.
I
Pats him on the
flip kinda-
back.
She kind of like climbs up on a crate to try to get as eye level as possible to the
Mhm.
captain. But if you don't go over there, we can't get closer. And if we can't get closer, that means we can't help the people. And if we can't help the people, then you don't get paid because we don't get off the boat and do the thing. And you want to get paid, don't you?
He just keeps cranking the dinghy, and he's like, "Dinghy takes you closer."
But then you would lose money. And come on, you want money.
I lose money if I take me ship closer. So no.
Moish will rejoin the group and just be like, have no fear, friends. I have convinced the captain to allow us to use a dinghy.
I don't think
Works.
that's how that conversation went, my friend, but that's all right.
You have reason to doubt me.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I help him lower the dinghy.
So
I'll go.
Nunchuck like puts on like a little like leather vest and like a leather helmet and has like a backpack full of stuff, and he's just kind of standing there. He's like, "All right, let's go."
I
Where's the
tried.
dinghy?
There's a ladder that goes into the dinghy, and the dock is raised, so you think that if you like sort of angle it right or sort of row it right, you might be able to like get under the dock possibly, or maybe come up just a little bit beyond the dock, more to the shore on sort of like the jetty or something, where you might be able to get around what's on the dock. But
Yeah.
you're pretty sure you're gonna have to deal with it one way or another, or that captain's not pulling in, and you're not getting your goods, and you're not getting paid. So
Yeah, I'll focus in on one of the piers that's free, and if not, then I want to try to see if we can embark in such a manner that we can get off on the land, and then work to clear the pier so that he can pull the ship into port.
yeah, the way this city works is like it's literally just like in this cove that's like on one side and on another side, and the ships would like pull through almost like a weird drive-through, And then, so the docks are all on the bottom. It's just like this one huge pier dock thing that extends the entire length of the cliff. And so they'd pull in, they'd pull your stuff up, they'd get lifted up via the big elevator. So,
Cool.
so yeah, there's only like really one dock. So you would, if you're gonna put, you said you're gonna pull it up to that. So, give me a whoever has the highest stealth, roll that. As you would be sort of
Got an 8.
leading and trying to be the stealthiest.
Can anyone beat 8 stealth?
No.
I believe that's probably me.
Oh.
No,
Oh.
I have
maybe
a
not.
3
Oh
in
no, I
stealth.
have an 8.
Oh, okay. You could aid
We
if
tied.
you wanted to.
Sure. I'll
Uh,
aid.
Oh well, I was figuring you could
Fails.
do it now, Aid.
Well, remember, he rolled a 1 on his first roll, so maybe you want to give it
Oh
a
God,
try.
okay, no, I'll do it.
You can lead this dance. It's okay.
Wait, did you know who touched the you know what?
What?
Oh, yeah. No, did he? No. You'll roll it. Doesn't matter at this point.
Oh.
There's nothing you can do to fix that.
Oh, okay. Here we go. 20.
Oh.
Wow, look at that. So, yeah, you're clear enough. You actually like are able to sort of like row with like big long strokes, but you're able to get like you're very careful at how you move the oars in the water so that they're silent, and you actually pull in under one of the parts of the docks, and you can hear the skittering of large talon things just sort of like digging into the docks, and you smell terrible smells, and you just hear the skittering and like grossness of what's above you.
Skitters?
Ew.
See if we can ambush him.
You can try. Now that you're under there, everybody give me a perception check to see what you can see.
Does a passive 18 see anything?
A 19 by Elro will actually work too. Oh, moish. Nah, man.
15.
15. All right. So, Elril actually is able to. Oh, wow.
I
look at
got
that.
a 19.
2 19s. Cool. So you're looking around. You're like, well, we might just have to climb up the front of the dock. But you do notice that there's like, a sort of like lower level to this dock in certain areas where like, perhaps smuggler types might come in at night under the docks and take in goods and stuff. You can see like there's some little ports and like some little like just sort of like hidden areas in the rocks that form natural landing points where you realize that you could get up and then possibly get up into a structure and then sort of creep out and attack.
That sounds like a better way to go. Yeah, I'll motion for Islip and the others to follow suit. Like, hey, let's use this avenue to like get up on top, and then perhaps we can ambush the ones that are up there. We can help clear the dock.
So you sort of gondola the dinghy as you're able to just sort of dig the ore into the rocks below you and push your way up to one of these like lower sub docks, and you climb a ladder that enters into a domicile where it just looks like a big old warehouse of some sort that there's not much going on. It's kind of quiet. You can still hear the sounds from the outside.
Is it clear, or is it being occupied by anybody currently?
No, there's nobody in here. It's actually very dark. It's like nobody came around to relight the torches or anything in here.
Moish will start to rub his hands together very quickly in just kind of an alternating circular pattern like this. And then a very light green, almost the color of glow sticks, starts radiating out through his fur as I have a natural bioluminescence that I activate the chemicals in my body, and a dim light it fills the room.
Nice. I start helping everybody off the dinghy. I jump down last, and then I'll start sneaking over to see if we can get a peek and make an assessment of what kind of threats we have outside the warehouse.
Yeah, so that's really cool that Emerald can do that. And or Elrond can wait, no, which one?
Moish.
Moish, sorry.
Like,
Moish can do that. So yeah, you're able to sort of make your way to the front of the warehouse, and you realize it's still kind of early in the morning, and it's almost like this attack came before anybody could get to work. So you get in there, and you're able to sort of pull up to a couple of windows and maybe a door or something and look outside, and you notice there's sort of two smaller Scarai in there outside, and then there's one sort of larger one that's is just sort of looking around, looking for. He seems to be just sort of looking to make somebody's day worse, basically. He's just itching for a fight.
as we said, I'll just kind of, from my knowledge of this culture, they have brought two younglings with them to allow them to initiate in their first combat, as their entire society is built upon order and those who can overpower the weak.
Kinda
It is time
cranes
to-
his neck.
It is time to show them why they should not try to test their powers above the surface.
Patty, give me an insight roll real quick.
My
Nine.
character's not very wise.
Yeah, you're pretty sure. Yeah, those are just hatched. Yeah, of course, those are probably just hatched. That seems right.
Yeah. From my time having been subjected by them, that's what I'm going with.
Okay, yeah,
Can
that's
I-
totally.
Take a second look at what he's talking about, as
Probably.
my character would like to double
Yeah.
check for themselves.
Yeah, you. He seems really sure of himself, but in that way of like.
Please keep your head down. I have spent many years as their slave. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
Like the dinghy you secured us, yes?
Did we not take a dinghy here? I am confused.
I'm just going to take a second look.
Sure, but in Krampic culture, this is considered a dick move.
Patty, you can have a personal fortune. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In my culture, we like to be safe, not sorry.
Yes, and for not so much metagaming, but just sort of playing along, ever you can have a fortune as well. So yeah, these are not necessarily younglings. These are just sort of full-blown Scarai, but they don't have a position. They're just typical drones. They're kind of tough. They're not going to be pushovers. And that big thing in the middle is what they refer to as a bone breaker. And they're like the tough mofos that they will definitely ruin your day.
Okay. Well then.
My friend, you were very close. I don't wish to discourage you. They are bone breakers. They don't have a position in their culture yet.
No facial reaction to that news, but and all of you thought they were horns. My horns suddenly just droop like this. It's like, bone breakers. Yes. We will most certainly want to ambush that one.
Strike the big one first and then educate the young after?
That would
Yes.
seem a wise choice.
That is what we'll do. He starts like starts generating his key.
Yeah.
So,
So
are we gonna be like sneaky with this, or are we just gonna go pow pow pow?
they definitely
Sneaky and
don't.
then pow.
Yes, they don't know that you're there, so you'll at least be able to surprise them before they're able to return fire of any sort.
If we're able to keep them in a straight line from us, I will be able to devastate them with one of my spells.
Perhaps that should be the your initial opening. It's like a hit them with your magic, and then I will hit them with my fists.
You will want to strike them first, as if I'm able to properly channel the Ushada, I will be able to also blow them away.
The Ice Mother says, it's like, very well. And it's like, then I will, and it's like, I will position myself to go first. And you can then proceed with your magics.
I can guarantee that we're quiet.
Oh,
I
can
can
you?
create a silence for us.
Can you?
Unfortunately,
Yes.
if you do create that magics, I will be unable to perform my own magics, as I require the ability to speak in order to cast my magic.
Ah, then that would not be a wise decision.
A good idea, though. I appreciate your line of thinking.
I can make you invisible. Do you want to be invisible? Being invisible is cool.
Not a bad idea. However, as soon as I would cast a spell, your invisibility would wear off.
That might be true, but it gives you the advantage of going to the other side and us being able to flank them.
I could blow them into you.
I'll just
If my magic is successful, I can blow them all into you, and then you could surround them.
You're all having like this whispering conversation, and the bone breaker is just sort of like, it's starting to like, its head is on a swivel, but in the direction that you're in, it comes back really quick to that direction, and it's starting to turn around.
If we're gonna do something, we gotta do it fast.
I'll use my stealth. Try to get into position.
All right.
The fireworks go off. I'll use a point of fortune to reroll if I need to.
Stealth it.
Yeah. That's a 12, so I'm gonna reroll that. Do I just hit the advantage disadvantage button on the bottom?
Yeah, that'll work. Nice.
24.
Much better. All right, cool. Patty, I'll let you go. Like, you realize that if you go to the end of the warehouse and sort of peek out a window, they would be in a straight line to you in the correct amount of footage. So, if you wanna get that, you can.
Just kind of quickly verify: do we all have the ability to strike from range?
That's a good question.
No.
Hmm.
I'm more of a long range, distance individual. But
Oh,
I will
so you do
happily
have the
be
ability to strike
cheering you
from
from the
range.
side. Oh no! No.
Wait, so you do not have the ability to strike from range? Moish is confused.
Unless words hurt, yeah.
Elril is confused.
I have my bow.
I mean, I think I'm not that great with it, but I
We
can
shall
crossbow.
we shall allow Elril to initiate the combat, and then judging how things are going, I will determine what destructive magic to rain down upon them.
All right, Elril, what's your first move?
I'll try to get as close to the bone breaker as I can without arousing his suspicion. Just kind of like wait, just get into position and wait for whatever signal they decide to use to allow me to go first, and hit the thing with my hit the thing in the face or whatever.
You
And
do
then
that. You do that whole thing where you like slip out the front door behind some crates and like tippy toe over to some more crates, and like you next thing you see is like you're in a barrel like walking along, and you like get up right next to it, and it kind of looks at you. Barrel, whatever, and then sort of looks around.
The go symbol was you look into the window of the door and you just see the slight bioluminescent coloring of my hand. I just put it up to the window and bring it back down.
Yep. As soon as he does that, I just like let him have it.
Go.
All right. So I'm going to be performing. Let's see.
Kickflip.
Yes. Like jump onto the barrel and then like forward flip and then like flip kick right onto its head if I can. I will be performing 4 attacks. I naturally get 2 per turn, but I can use 3 if I use a bonus action and a standard action, and I get 4 if I use both the bonus and standard and spend a key point. So I'll spend a key point. I'll jump up, do a forward flip, kick the thing in the head, and just.
All right, cool. Go for it.
Monks, yo.
Monks. All right. Attacks. 1. 18. Do I hit with advantage?
And you would get but an 18 hit, so don't worry about it.
Cool.
For that
All
crit,
right.
go for that crit, go for the crit.
Go for the crit. Add a d6. Okay. What does it do?
No, I was gonna say roll with advantage so you can get that crit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
If you want.
Is this 21?
Oh,
Close.
6 bludgeoning. I don't know if they're weak to any particular kind of element or whatever, so I'll just hit them with straight bludgeoning right to the head with a flip kick, and then I'll proceed with like an elbow thrust and like a sort of flurry of blows with my fist, like in the midsection.
I'm pretty sure that in his ramblings of how much he hates Scarai, Moish would have mentioned that like they're resistant to cold.
yes.
All right,
Oh,
cool.
okay.
So, yes, you do 6 damage on that first one.
Nice.
What's next?
Second attack. Oh shit.
Yikes.
Ooh.
Cool. So the attacks end right there. Is that correct?
No.
No?
Oh,
Okay.
wait. Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
So, you kick it in the face the first time, and then it just kind of, you go to like kick it again, but it actually like bites down on your foot, grabs you, and throws you across the docks.
Oh shit. Okay.
And you take 3 points of damage as you land.
3 points. All right.
And Moish, what do you do?
Well, seeing as that did not go quite so well for our friend there,
Off to a great
I will. Would you say they're all?
Yep.
Would you say that they're all within 15 feet of one another?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I will pull out. I have a small pouch on my hip. There's many different things in there, and it looks like it holds a lot more than it should, as it's just a small cinch bag. But I pull out just a pinch of iron powder, and I put it in the palm of my hand, and as it just starts to go out through the door, underneath the door cracks, and then as it's getting close to the Sakurai, I clap my hands like this, and I cast Shatter.
Oh, nice.
So they will need to make a con save.
Con save. Does it say at disadvantage? Oh, wow.
No, only if they're made out of an inorganic material.
Oh, okay. I see how that reads. Yeah, they failed.
Okay. So they'll take 12. All three of them will take 12 thunder damage,
Oh, okay.
and then I will then use my ability as a Krampic as disarming appearance. That first attack against every creature does an extra 16 damage.
Oh, does it? Wow. Okay, cool.
So they all
Nice.
take 28 damage total.
Holy cow.
You said it was 16 extra damage?
Yes.
Yeah, you their world just got rocked.
Yeah, the effect of the spell is kind of once I clapped, that fine iron powder that had settled around them just starts vibrating, and then their bodies vibrate along with it, and it goes down into like their organs, and like their entire body just resonates horribly.
You can see like their chitin bodies just start to crack and like ooze as they've just been rocked. Vale, go ahead and give us your surprise attack.
Sneaky sneak attack. I'm
All
going
right.
to use my archery. And
Archer.
these are a monstrosity, yes?
Yes, they are.
Cool. Then that means, and it should be included with my archer attack, that
Mm-hmm.
I get I literally just read it, +4 bonus to damage rolls.
Nice.
Nope.
So it should be
Yeah.
added. Let me know
Disgusting
if the
half
math is up.
scorpion.
Yeah,
22?
that definitely hits. Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
I do the shooty bits.
I imagine you shoot the big one first.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Take out the more experienced ones first.
Yes.
So what happens is it caught Emerald's foot and like slung him, and as he like extends his neck and gets rocked, he's still in this like exposed position where like the you just hit him right in the throat, and that arrow goes deep, and just blue green ooze just sort of like seeps out of his neck, and he just looks at that warehouse, and he's coming for it. Tiffany, what's your character's name?
I slip.
What?
I slip.
I slip.
I slip.
Cool. What are you doing this round?
How many, or like, if any of the things still standing?
They all are.
Okay. All are. Okay. I want to cast a cantrip, specifically Vicious Mockery, on the weakest one.
Okay, there's two weak ones and one really nasty one. So one of the weak ones?
Yeah.
What's he got to do? Does he save against it?
Let's see, Vicious Mockery. Must succeed in a Wisdom saving throw, or they take 2d4 psychic damage, they have disadvantage on the next roll.
What's your DC?
Let's see. Trying to figure out this new sheet. 16.
You see him like you just curse and like rattle off cut downs to him, and you realize that he doesn't maybe speak your language, or it just doesn't get through to him, and he just kind of shakes it off, and he's coming for you next. He made a save. Everybody give me initiative rolls.
Yay, initiative.
Holy shit.
That's good.
I probably shouldn't.
Ooh,
said
I
you
rolled a
remind
1
me of what
again.
I left in my chamber pot.
Nice. Eric killing it tonight.
Eric.
Four ones.
Wow.
4 ones.
Oh,
Wow.
there goes Ever.
I got a 6, however, I get to roll again, and I get to take the
Okay.
So-
that's good.
there.
When I designed
Damn.
5e games.
Both sides
Whoa,
of the
look at that.
spectrum.
Wow. Yeah, that
Well,
is
dang.
amazing. Yeah, so when I design 5e games, I usually bump up the CRs because sometimes you guys are just better than the monsters. I might have to change that because there's a lot of ones.
It's okay. It's a one shot.
We'll see what
Fine.
happens. Vale, you're first.
I'm gonna dig into that epic archery again.
You should.
And you know, if they weren't resistant to cold, I had a really badass thing I could add to my arrows, but no, someone had to plan ahead.
You know, you play in the Winter Wonderlands, you end up fighting a lot of stuff resistant to cold.
That makes sense.
oh.
That was no bueno. I'm gonna go ahead and use that fortune point that you gave me.
Cool.
And re-roll that.
Nice. Oh, that's wow.
It's
No,
better.
we'll take the damage from the first one because you got a 19 in the top, so you're actually where's
I
that?
appreciate that.
Yeah, we'll take the damage at the top. So, you like miss, but then you do the whole thing where like you fire another arrow to deflect that arrow into the where it's supposed to go, and yeah, it finds its mark and does some nasty damage to it.
Nice.
Ooh, nice. And with that, you end up just you literally like hit the previous arrow that was stuck in him, driving that arrow in all the way, and then your arrow sinks in, and he just like sort of wavers a moment, looks at Errol, and is like, "Man, I wish I could have killed him." Dead. Awesome. So you killed the Bonebreaker. Moish.
An excellent job. Do me well, my friend.
An outstanding blow. Not many have killed a Bonebreaker and lived to tell about it. Moish will see that it's just the two younglings left. And your combat was honorable, but your cause unjust. I will quickly put you out of your misery, and I will attack the one closest to me with Ray of Frost. I have Elemental Adept feat, which means I ignore any resistance to cold damage.
Oh, nice. Cool. Let's see that damage.
Does a 22 hit?
A 22 does hit.
Okay. It'll do 10 cold damage.
On just one, right?
On just one of them, yes. And if they're still alive, their speed is reduced by 10 feet as well.
Oh, cool. All right then.
Nice.
Cool. And they're gonna go, and the stronger of the two actually sees like an attack of opportunity as Errol's over there prone, and it's gonna come over and try to eat you.
All right.
Ooh.
Fair.
Does a upper level 20s hit you, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even lower level 20s would hit me, actually.
All right, cool. You take 13 damage as this thing comes and like stabs you with its claw, and then
Ow.
you see like its big old like insect tail, scorpion stinger tail, come down on you,
Ooh.
and that one actually misses. It literally like slams right next to your head, and you should do that quick take next to it, and yeah.
Ow.
Be careful, Elro. Do not allow the stinger to implant itself into you.
I'm working on it.
The other scare eye is gonna come over, and it like bursts through the door in that like epic fashion where like there's just a big hole, the door goes flying, and it's just there. Was there anybody standing next to the door?
I imagine we all kind of would have been, right? Like we're like taking pot shots through it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So it's actually gonna attack. Oh wow. Cool. Does a almost 30 hit you, Patty?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this its claw attack it's coming at me with?
Yeah. Take
Okay.
12 damage.
Oh God.
Ooh.
That's an ouchie.
And then it takes a swipe with its tail and actually takes out more of the wooden wall as it totally misses you. Cool. That's their turns. I slip.
Is
It's your turn.
it's my turn. I get to do a thing. Yay! What are their intelligence?
I can't tell you that.
It's okay. Yeah.
These creatures are clever enough to have made a society as well as enslaved my people.
Yeah, they're pretty organized. They're humanoid. They're like they have their own culture and society that's not very well understood, but rivals some of the larger sort of civilizations in the world. So people assume that they're smart.
Okay. I want to use Tasha's hideous laughter.
Okay. Is that a save?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, fails miserably.
Fails miserably.
Yeah.
Then they fall prone,
Okay.
become incapacitated, and they're unable to stand up for the duration.
Oh, nice.
Wow. All right. It is
At the end of each of its turns, each time it takes damage, the target can make another wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Cool. It's just over there, like slipping, like it's on ice, and just keeps falling down. It can't remain stable as it's just its head is just filled with a cacophony of laughter.
Wow.
Cool.
Good
Now
use
that's
of the word
funny.
cacophony.
I know, right? I love that word. Elril,
Yeah.
it is your turn.
Oh, right. I'll pick myself off the floor and try to run and deliver a flying kick to one of the other 2 remaining.
Yeah, there's one right next to you.
Cool. I'll hit. Oh, right next to me. I don't even.
You actually do the whole thing where like you run away, but then come back to attack.
Oh
to get a
wait,
flying
hey, you're
kick.
right here. Never mind. Yeah, just to get some momentum. Sure, I'll do that. Try that. 16.
16. No, that hits.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. All right. Damage. I rolled a 1 on that too.
Roll it again. I'm rolling. I'm rolling for you.
2. It's an improvement.
It's an improvement. You do 2 damage. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
1 plus. Well, it's 1. It's 2 plus my dexterity,
Plus 5.
right? Because it's off a finesse, so it's 7.
Oh yeah. It's, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Cool.
spend one last thing. Can I spend a key point to do an additional attack?
Yeah. You guys should have 2 attacks now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would actually do 2 monk attacks, and then you could spend a key point to do 2 extra attacks. I think by now, or you should be able to. So you can do 4 attacks per round.
Yeah. Do the second one as like a hammer fist. Let's see if that. An overhead one.
You do have extra attack, which means 2 attacks every turn, no matter what. You don't have to spend anything for that.
That's right. It's
And
for
then-
the extra ones.
Yeah, then Flurry of Blows is a key point to make 2 more strikes as a bonus action.
I will actually do that because I don't think I hit with the second one. So I'll spend the one at the key point. I'll spend 1, and
Okay.
that'll bring me down to 6, and I'll make 2 more because my luck is not with me today. 26. I think that hits.
That hits.
Yo.
Roll damage.
Yay! 10 damage.
10
Here's another
damage.
one for you.
Nice.
19. Does that hit? I think
That
it
hits as well.
Yeah, 9 damage. All right.
All
there we
right.
go.
Cool. Very nice.
So flying kick, hammer fist, dude, 2 chops right to the face.
And it's just sort of like dazed, and it's bloodied, and like
To yours.
even after the shatter, like pieces of its chitin armor are just missing, like its shell
Nice.
are gone. So cool. Back to the top of the round. Vale, monsters in the room. Press A.
Who's just in the room?
Press A.
Let's see. So it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's all up in our
I
grill.
mean, it's not next to you per se. Like there's still some distance. So you can still continue to range it, or you can do something else. It's up to you.
For now, I'm gonna continue to range it.
Okay.
I like the shooty things from afar. The
All right,
stabby
cool.
things from afar.
Move and shoot. Move and shoot.
25.
That's a lot of damage. All right, cool.
For
Ow.
22 piercing.
I
Nice.
Oh yeah, favored enemy. Wow. Oof.
that is
Game over, kids.
insane. Okay, hold on.
My character really hates monstrosities.
That one's not looking great either after
Blame
that.
him, man. Yeah.
And you should have a second attack. So
Heck yes. I'm gonna do the shooty thing again.
also it's prone, so you have advantage on it. It's dead.
Not for range attacks.
Oh, not for range attacks. Oh yeah, it's actually harder
It's
to
actually it's actually disadvantage.
hit.
Technically,
You're still hitting it. So, but yeah, you hit it and you're just like pop pop, and like it. You double tap it with arrows in the head and it's down.
Pop, pop.
Cool. So, Moish, there is one out the no longer a door, fighting with Elril.
Okay. Elril,
Ugh.
please accept this existence, and I will ray of frost the one out there.
All right, cool.
Oh, natural 20.
It's dead.
Oh, well then.
Like you ray of frost it, and it does that whole thing where it like freezes over and then shatters into 1,000 pieces of ice. And for a moment, the docks seem quiet. You can still
imagine
hear
that-
some commotion going on in the upper levels of the cliff, the run cliffs, but yeah, the docks are
I
clear.
imagine that kind of went like, "Hey, Elril, huh?" And like the thing that he was fighting just shatters into a million pieces. Whatever's left of it, he just kind of looks around, sees the destruction the three of them just waged by themselves, and he puts his foot on the whatever's left of the Scarai there. And he's like, "Well, I'm glad I was able to assist all of you in freeing the dark side of this monstrosity scum."
The slightest prick of a smile hits Moisha's, like, the corner of his mouth,
Game
but then
news
his antenna are just like super, like, fully extended. Yes, we were quite successful in the extermination of these abominations. Allow us to proceed to make sure no one else is in danger.
Nunchuck kind of pops his head up from the hole and is like, "They're all dead." Kind of scurries over, looks
These
outside. All right.
I almost forgot you were here.
Yeah, I did too. So cool.
I had certainly forgotten.
Well, I mean,
I could really go for a bowl of noodles. That Scarai was able to pierce my skin.
hold on, I might have something in my pack. So he pulls out a big old, like, wrapped ostrich leg, that, like, has, like, that, it's got that nice, like, solid, sort of slightly gooey barbecue crust to it.
Ooh.
Yeah. And, yeah, he's like, save that for later in case you're not feeling okay. Like, you know, if you got a gaping wound or something like that, I think that should help.
You are meant to stuff the turkey leg into the wound.
Yes.
Gives it flavor.
Must be
I
a
failed to
cat
see how
thing.
this helps.
So he goes out to the docks and he kind of waves the captain over, and the captain pulls the ship in. He's like, are they all dead? I still hear screaming and the gnashing of teeth and the lamentations of women.
I believe it is called is referred to as a work in progress. But the way is clear for now.
The docks are clear. We'll unload and take shelter in well, you blew off the door to the warehouse. We'll find some place to stow away for a while.
Captain, it is impressive you can hear those things. Please direct us into the direction that they are coming from.
Well, I hear things up above, and same thing you're hearing. I've been
This
here
one does not
before.
hear the limitations of women. Please explain.
It's a long story, lad. Anyway, so yeah, I've been here before. I know there's a series of catwalks and stairways and whatever, and they live up on the cliffside. And that gap there, though, that wasn't here last time I was here. That seems new and unusual. Strange.
Oh. Let's see. He looks over at Moish and the others, and Elmer's like, "Oh, well, the rest of these people need assistance. We may want to check out and, at the very least, assess what dangers await us elsewhere in the city."
Indeed, and make sure they are well.
Yes, if there is a Scarai infestation, it must be burned away with fire.
Burn it with
Fire.
Fire
cool.
is hot.
Cool. So, yeah. You kind of notice that you must have, it seems like you're late to the party with the attack. Oh, was anybody actually hurt in that fight?
I was. A little
I
bit.
was.
Oh,
Yeah.
eat that chicken leg.
I'll try it.
I eat the chicken leg.
You're healed for a shitload of damage.
Oh, all right. How much?
Moish's antennas just start bouncing back and forth. There's no visible reaction on his face. It's literally just like deadpan eating. Chuck, this is quite flavorful. You have really mastered the recipe here.
Yeah, I'm kind of good at the whole chef thing. He hands the same thing to you, Elril, and you're healed for like a shit ton of damage as well. So you guys are all good. Cool. So you can kind of hear Give me perception checks real quick as you're moving through the lower bits of the city and trying to figure out what's going on.
Sure. We got 21.
Oh, 21, nice.
14 from me.
14,
It did
see that?
not click. Come on, click.
I'll try to get to the highest point that I can so I can get a better overview.
16.
Oh,
Cool.
why is it not clicking? Am I just really bad at clicking things?
Probably. It's all right. The 21 got you somewhere. So,
But okay,
that's your mod. That's the wrong one.
it's
But
not clicking.
okay.
Oh, no.
Cool. So with the 21, you actually sort of make your way up into the higher levels, and you're passing by a home and you hear like, shh, somebody's coming. Like you hear like the whimpering of children and something like that. So you're standing in front of this building and that's what you hear.
I motion. I motion for these guys to come over. It's like we have some survivors here, and I kind of.
I obnoxiously kicked the door down.
Not fear.
Immediately-
We are here to rescue you.
Immediately start screaming. There's children now crying tears. You're like, oh shit, that wasn't smart. You're pretty sure you're attracting something in a few moments.
Oh no.
There's like a father and mother with like a bunch of children. You can tell they're all like different races and stuff, and like it looks like they somehow managed to gather up all the children in their home and managed to keep quiet enough so that they weren't taken.
It's not safe here. I tell them, come with us. We'll get you somewhere safe.
What? There's nowhere safe. They broke through the walls. This city's doomed.
We've
town's
cleared the
doomed.
dockside. We have a ship.
Wait,
Please.
You fought against them?
Yes.
Do not be scared. We are here to eliminate the Scry infection.
They're not that impressive. I've taken bigger shits that are more important than them.
I'll walk up to them and start examining the people and just be like, have any of you been stung by one?
You're gonna
no.
have to do like a medicine or something along those lines,
Okay.
maybe.
I'll do a medicine check.
Okay.
Okay, I will use my ability Primal
Don't.
Instinct.
Can I
They're
help?
fine, actually.
Oh, okay.
Like
Okay.
even with that, you're just like, yeah, they're fine. They're totally fine.
Malnourished, bad teeth. It's normal
and-
for this time. It's all right, let's get
And everybody, even with your passive sort of perceptions at this point, you're just like, yeah, I don't. They, given the length of time and everything, if anybody was stung, it only takes a few minutes for the things to happen and burst out. So, you have
Congratulations. You have all passed inspection. I am pleased to inform you that none of you carry the infection of the Scry. Please proceed to the docks.
You actually have seen like a few bodies where like there's nothing but legs and a rib cage and maybe a head somewhere over yonder. Like that's a pretty common grisly sight. As if the infection's already sort of taken hold on a few people
Man.
and something's burst free. Yeah, so that they're looking at you and they're like, we're not leaving here. We're safe here. We'll be fine. But yeah, some of us survived, and we tried to collapse the tunnel that they came in, but we heard no explosion, and those people haven't returned.
Tunnel, where?
It's the crack on the cliffside. We tried to cave it in, but obviously it's still there, and the Scarai are still around. They're known to raid towns and eat people and kidnap them and enslave them, or worse.
Yes, it is more than likely that your friends have been taken.
Can you help them, or can you at least collapse the caves so that the town remains safe?
We shall do our best.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It's gonna be a
strange
rockin'
blue
party.
creature. Yes, I know of your kind. Thank you. We'll remain here until everything seems safe and fine.
Yes.
Keep an eye out.
Please bar the door.
You destroyed the bar that we had there. We'll
did.
pile some barrels or something up in front of it. But
I
thank you.
used the cantrip prestidigitation to rebar the door.
You kicked it in and broke their bar.
I fixed the door.
Prestidigitation doesn't do quite that much.
Mend,
you like
maybe.
It does a
mend.
lot, but doesn't do that much.
You like put a broom there, and they're just like,
Please
you must go.
get out.
You must go now.
I'm keeping an
It's
eye
on
out
the ruins
while
thing.
they're having this discussion. I'm just kind of like looking up and down the street and just checking to make sure that there's no patrols out this way.
Give me an insight check.
Sure. Inside is actually pretty decent for me.
I would hope so. You're a monk.
23.
You're like a wisdom. So you kind of get the feeling that you've sort of come at the end of the invasion and everything's sort of gone. What you're actually hearing is just echoes from the tunnel, in the crevice in the cliffside. Those guys down on the port probably were just stragglers. But for the most part, the town itself seems safe, if you can call, the aftermath of an invasion safe.
Right.
So, yeah. You're pretty sure that if you make your way to the crevice, you'll probably find more of the Scarai and maybe survivors, but you're not sure. But you're also not sure how you're going to collapse the cliff wall or collapse the crevice. That should be interesting. But they did say that they attempted it, but they just never heard an explosion or anything come of it. So it's up to you.
We should be able to requisition the explosives they had attempted to use to close the crack and do it ourselves.
The old guy mentions that they took a bunch of explosives up there and just nothing ever came of it. So they're not sure if they were captured or something went wrong. You haven't seen anything sort of resembling that right now. So yeah, you're not sure. And you're not seeing any storehouses or warehouses or anything like that. A lot of stuff's just been smashed open just in the wanton destruction of a Scarai invasion.
If all else fails, I should be able to use my arcane abilities to collapse this tunnel.
Should we not go after the ones that they took?
That's the same place. They took them into the crack.
Oh, I was confused as to whether or not you were destroying the wall before or after we went in.
No.
Sorry.
We would need to go in, see if we could find them, slash the explosives, get the hell out, collapse tunnel.
I think this is a good plan.
Of course you do. You are a being with logic.
Cool. So, yeah. You managed to easily make your way up to the crevice, and you can definitely see, this looks like the Scarai busted through, like they tend to do. You find a whole lot of, just a grisly sight of some more strangely exploded bodies, a lot of, bitten off arms and things like that. You sort of make your way to the crevice, and you look in, and there's just a guy sort of slumped over, and he's got what looks to be some alchemic elements in an alchemic kit, and there's just some big barrels of some stuff that looks like that they hauled up here. It's all stacked at the entrance.
He's dead?
Yeah.
Oh. I check him and I bring over moist just to be sure. We should probably check him for infection.
Of course.
I'll assist with any medicine he may require.
Okay. Yeah. Give me both of you. Give me medicine checks.
Nat 20.
Nat 20?
Nice.
What?
Yeah, he's infected, and it's fairly well along. So
He just kind of goes. When he prepares a fist, and you see heat start to emanate off of his fist. He wants to hit the body as hard as he can and light it up on fire if he can.
Yeah, you could easily immolate the thing, and then you hear the squeals of something inside, and like something digs out of his flesh real quick, but then just is like caught up in the flames, and you just kick it over the side further down the way, and it bursts into flames and sort of explodes as it dashes itself against the rocks.
Ooh, man.
It would seem you have brought effective weapons to combat the Skarai.
Indeed. Perhaps we should line the tunnel with these barrels, and we could use your magic, perhaps, to ignite the rest. Keep them from coming back in.
It appears this is their attempt to collapse, and as you can see, it has failed horribly.
Cool. So what do you guys do?
Well, they did mention they had people missing that were probably taken through the tunnel. Perhaps we go into the tunnel and line the barrels along the path. Try to see if we could secure the captured people, and then on our way back, we can collapse the tunnel.
I agree with this course of action.
It's a good sound plan. Cool. So, yeah, you can easily start stacking the barrels, but as you go further in, Vale, you actually take notice of, like, you hear skittering sounds, but you hear like voices and whimpering and crying, and like you can actually hear that the lamentations are a lot clearer down here.
Oh no.
Oh boy. I do relay this to the party. They should not be too far ahead, and it sounds as if all that were taken are very distressed. We ought to keep as silent as possible.
I'd be pretty distressed too if I was taken from my home and used against my will.
Ninja kind of pops his head around. He's like, this is all pretty damn gross. I'm not paying you to, well, I guess if you don't free the town, then we can't deliver the goods, and then we can't get, yeah, okay, I'm still not paying you extra for this. Just let you know.
That is fine, Chuck. A Skarai infection must be dealt with immediately and swiftly.
All right, cool. I'm gonna stand out here. If you need help, I'll chuck some. Wait, no, I don't like that. No, yeah, fine. I'll chuck some food at you.
The joke goes right over Moisha's head.
You are a very helpful friend. Thank you. And while you may chuck food, please do not chuck nuns.
What's a nun?
Why? They fly.
Elril, shall we commence going down the tunnel?
I'll add one to the group fortune for that. That was.
Sean,
I shouldn't be
the fact
rewarded. I've just realized I rewarded
that's
a pun.
why they're going to keep going.
I rewarded a pun. It was clever. It was clever enough though that it I feel like I could deserve to give you guys something for it. But don't think that you're off the hook.
Push it.
Yeah. Don't. Yeah. Islip, they send you further down to carry a barrel, kind of the furthest down, and you kind of sort of glance down over, and you're really not. You can actually see what's going on. Like there's sort of like a fissure down there, and there's two bigger ones sort of ordering one of the little Skarai that you fought earlier to sort of clean up what's left. And it looks like there's a small family of villagers there that they're about to have a really bad day.
Oh no. I don't like bad days. I gotta do something. I gotta do a thing.
Let us plan before you jump into action.
Yeah, no, the last time I did that, I broke a door and scared the crap out of some kids.
It was a moment of learning.
Yeah, I learned to scare the crap out of some kids. Okay. So, like, maybe one of us becomes invisible and goes over and then goes, hey, yeah. The monk, he could go do the, he could chop some lettuce on the dude's face. And he's all ninja and just beats him up. And the other two dudes would be like, oh my God, our boss got beat up. Oh no. And then we just go, whoa, and we'll do a hi-ya, and, hi-ya, and then we'll kick him.
Yeah, Elriliska looks at the at Moish and Vale and is like, I don't sound like that, do I?
I have not heard those words uttered by you before.
The words, no, but the sounds once in a while.
And this one does not partake in the punching or kicking of things. The powers of the arcane are more powerful than the powers of the body.
I will try to tone it down a notch. Yes, very well.
So we know.
I still think we should do some cool punches and kicky flippies and I'll just sing some really awesome like ballad in the background, and it's just, you guys are just gonna be so awesome. It's so beautiful with your fighting. I'm so proud of you guys. I love you so much already.
You start to hear skittering.
Calm.
I'm sorry. I'm just really excited.
So, about how close are we to these critters?
Closer than they were before, as two of them have started to creep up the cavern hallway, as they're starting to hear small voices.
Oh gosh. Okay,
Let us imbue our champion with our powers, and I will cast haste on Elril.
Oh, cool.
Out of my pouch once again, I take a small black root, and I kind of grind it down to a paste, and I just smear it on your forehead, Elril. And then I cast haste, which allows Elril's speed to be doubled, +2 bonus to AC, advantage on Dex saving throws, and an additional action on each of its turns.
Wow, that's really impressive for.
And how many of these are there exactly, like, in the entire area that we're observing?
You glance down there and there's 3. There seems to be like the little one still sort of taking itself to task, but there is 2 others that are the two big ones making their way up the cavernway, sort of slowly, cautiously, as they think they heard something.
When our monk takes action, I will do hold person on the other large one that he does not attack.
Okay.
That is allowed on a monstrosity, yes?
Yes, but there's
No? Oh. Patty's
Wait.
shaking his head no.
Oh yeah, it's hold person. You need hold monster, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang it. Okay.
I thought they changed that in 5th, where it's just one spell. No, that's right. I had that.
That's alright.
Okay.
I can dash alongside of our monk and go after one in melee range.
All right, cool. Let's
It's dash is a bonus action, by the way.
Yep. While we wait for Eric to get back, which I think he just did.
I also would like to cast Bestow Curse on anyone who's left standing after Eric's awesomeness.
All right, cool.
All right.
So, Eric, you are hasted, which means they're going to let you go in first.
Cool. All right.
I put the highlights of what it does in chat.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. So that advantage on dexterity. Oh, cool. All right. So I'm gonna be able to do sneaky stuff. I'm assuming that's what you're sending me in for first.
Yeah. So what happened is, you guys were chattering up there, and they happened to hear you talking amongst yourselves. So the two biggest ones are creeping their way back up the cavern cautiously. So they're aware something's up there. But if you're stealthy enough, you might be able to get the drop on them.
Let's do it.
All right.
13. Well, I have a advantage, so 17.
All right. Not bad. I'll allow it. So yeah, you managed to like do that whole thing where you creep up to a small crevice and you just sort of lean back into it, and they come up right next to you, and that's when you can strike.
Yeah, I'll just like cartwheel out of the niche and just go what?
Cartwheel out of the niche. Okay.
He does make the noises.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
He just did.
Let's see. I'll do the 4, so I'll spend another key point to do all 4 attacks and just distribute. You said there's 2 of them?
Yes, there's 2 really big ones.
Okay, I'll do 2 each then.
Well, you actually get 6 because you're hasted.
Yeah. Yeah, you get 6 attacks.
Oh, because an extra action.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. All right. Wow. So 3 each then. That'll make sense for me. 1, 24, 2, 11. Do I get
Missed.
advantage on any of these or no?
No, because they're aware you're there, so you.
There's something there.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. 3 for the first one. I think I missed 2 of them.
Yeah, you missed 2 of those.
10 bludgeoning for the one. I'll hit it with fire though. I'll use, instead of just bludgeoning damage, you'll just see like a flaming fist just come in. Just
Oh, okay, cool.
Nope.
And for the next one, he'll just kind of like sidestep and sidekick with fire as well. 22.
That hits.
14. Miss.
That misses.
15. Probably miss.
Let me double check. Oh, there it is. Different page. That misses as well. 15 misses.
Oh damn! Just missed it. Okay.
Ding.
Hit each one of them once.
7 damage. All right, not too bad. Not too bad. Was anybody? What was the next thing that you guys were going to do?
I wanted to bestow a curse on one of them.
Okay. There's one that looks slightly smaller than the other, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's any weaker. Just it seems a lesser one. Not as bad as the other one. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Let's see.
And I had, at the same time as our monk, wanted to use dash and do a melee attack.
Go ahead. While she's looking up her spell.
Let's see.
Do you want the big one or little one?
Who are you
One.
referring to?
I'm talking to Ever right now while you're looking up your
Okay.
spell. Big one or little one?
Biggin.
Biggin? All right. Give it
Biggin.
a swing.
Oh,
Ooh.
11.
That misses. Oof. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Yeah, you go running up there and you just like try to hit it as you're running by it and you miss. All right, bestow curse.
Alright, so I gotta touch a creature,
Mm-hmm.
and they must succeed on a saving throw or become cursed.
What's the saving throw type?
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, he fails. He's
16.
cursed.
Okay, now, while cursed, the target must make a wisdom saving throw at the start of each turn. If they fail, they waste their action and cannot do anything after.
Oh, wow. Did you hit the big one or the little one? I can't remember.
I will do the big one as like a combo effort.
All right, cool.
Mm.
All right, awesome. And everybody give me your initiative rolls.
Ooh, 18.
I've got a 14, and I'm going to roll my other one to see which one's better.
Mm-hmm.
16.
Woohoo! Look, everyone's doing so great and they're doing awesome with their awesome stuff.
Cool. So, you said they had to make a wisdom save to try to. He makes it cool. So, you see the bigger one. You see it sort of like chittering, and it starts to vibrate its mouth mandibles, and it starts to like sing, which is kind of grossly weird. Everybody give me wisdom saves.
Oh my. It's really bad singing. Wisdom saves, cool. I can do it.
I don't
Oh
want.
look, I got an 8.
Oh, look at that.
Are we able to use the personal fortune to reroll?
15.
Yeah, if you have a personal fortune, you can use it whenever you want.
I'll use that. I'll use one of mine. So I'll just click advantage. See if I got anything better.
I got
an
an
11. That's awful.
All right, so Elril,
Yeah.
Vale, and Moish, like you're all standing there like ha, and then you start to feel sleepy, and you start to feel really sleepy, and then all of a sudden you all just sort of like slump down on the ground, and
Oh my.
Islip, you're the only one still left awake as you like start to get sleepy, but like shake out of it real quick.
Oh man. Well, you're really noisy. You might be able to wake everybody back up.
It's
Yeah.
the final brain cell. Do-do-do-do.
It's been a long time since I've used sleep. How do you can you actually wake somebody out of a magical slumber?
Yes.
It's an action.
You can
As
just,
an action? Okay.
you just
Can I
slap
just,
them
like-
awake.
Okay, cool.
Oh god, I gotta slap people. I get to
So,
slap people.
That was its turn. Elril, you're
Yeah.
asleep. You're having not the greatest dreams as like
Sure.
there's spiders and scorpions all around you. It's not great. Patty, would any actual damage wake them up?
Damaging them and wake them up. So
Okay,
basically, their goal now is just take us out one by one. You know, it'll wake us up when we get hit, but just pile on each of us at a time.
They're kind of dicks. So they're gonna
Expected.
all of a sudden you guys are having these dreams of like spiders and scorpions just crawling on you and like things popping out of you, but then you have the most massive headaches or the one coming on. Everybody give me wisdom saves.
Oh yeah. All right.
Also, does this fall under
Okay.
charm?
That's cool.
I know, it's sleep.
Yeah, sleep is different than charm.
Wow.
Okay.
Jesus.
Hold on a minute.
Do I still
Yeah.
have to roll for the saving throw?
For this.
Yes, because it
Okay.
affects you as well.
Oof, a 9 for me.
Wow.
21.
Nice.
All right, if you Islip, you're the only one.
Oh, it's not calculating my +1%. I technically a 13. I don't know if 13 helps.
Say that again.
It's not counting. It's not calculating a +1 for me for some reason on a wisdom saving throw. So I
Oh,
really
weird.
have a 13. I don't know if a 13 helps instead of a 12.
Oh wow, this is just nasty. Oh wow. Okay, cool. That's
Are you just
Oh, you
discovering
guys
how
are
bad these
super
things are?
Doomed.
yeah. It's one of those moments of like, that's gross. Cool. So yeah, you hear another strange noise as one of them is just like vibrating. It's chitin shell, and it sort of glows for a moment, and there's a pulse of energy from it. But you're not affected by it. You still have massive headaches for some reason. But yeah, something's going on. Islip,
Dispel magic.
It's not magical, I'll tell you that.
Ooh.
Fuck. I tried. I'm sorry, guys.
It was a valiant effort.
Let's see. Have I used let's see.
Oh, salute.
Bless you.
Excuse me. So sorry about that.
Right.
My spine popped. Oh.
Those are good sneezes, the ones that pop your back.
Cool. So what you doing?
Counter charm?
No. Your best course of action is to take one of your friends and slap them awake.
Yeah, hit him with your
Okay.
instrument.
Oh, I could do that.
Do a point of damage. Ah! We can take multiple
Okay.
actions. Yeah, great too. Nearest one's perhaps probably the best.
Okay. Yes. I'm just gonna. Let's see. Well, counter charm allows me to disrupt mind influencing effects.
It's not mind influencing. You just put them to sleep.
Oh, okay.
I feel like biological affecting.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go to the monk.
Okay?
She kind of just like skips over, and while at the end of her skip, she does smack, smack.
Ah! Wake up.
Hi. Good morning.
Happening.
We have to
Oh.
fight now.
Whenever it's my turn. I don't know what I roll for initiative.
Cool. Vale, you are asleep. Moish, you're asleep. You also hear the skittering of the other scare eyes like coming up, trying to come at you.
I'll wake these guys up as soon as I'm awake. I'm like, come on, let's go. I've got extra action, so I can move pretty fast. So
It's over here. That is true. Oh shit, you could use 2 of your actions to slap slap
Yep.
people awake.
exactly.
Cool.
Cause I'm hasted.
It's just gonna look at Moish and try to eat you. You're asleep. You're what's the word? Incapacitated. So it's just kind of like a free attack at this point. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's it's the effect is unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm prone, so they have advantage against me. That's
Yeah, definitely have advantage against the. If
Oh
they're,
wow, that
they're
hit.
not awake. I'll try to wake them up if I can. Like I'll throw a stone at
On your turn, you can do that.
Cool.
It hits you for 9 damage, so technically you would wake up from that as you get stabbed with one of its claws, and then yeah, that one definitely hits you, and you get stabbed by its stinger.
oh shit.
Mm. Oh man, this is gonna turn into like
Take 7 damage. And give me a Constitution save.
Ooh.
Or
May want to get one of those fortune points ready just in case.
Ooh,
yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna use a fortune point
you
on that
feel
bitch.
something digging into your
Natural
skin.
20.
Oh, and
Natural
like,
20.
you actually like
Yep.
take the stinger by your hands and sort of like instantly cast like some weird magical cantrip that sort of like incinerates the end of its tail, and like you pull it out and you can see like sticking out of its stinger is this little larvae thing that was about to go inside you.
I'll take the stinger. I'm just like, please help. I am in great pain. And then I actually have to make concentration checks for haste with those 2 attacks.
Oh, okay.
So the first one,
Hey.
haste is still up. Second one, haste is still up.
Look at you, Rolling like a pro.
Like a boss.
Elril, it's your turn now, and you have a lot of attacks.
Cool. I think I want to use one of my actions though to wake up Vale, who I think is still asleep.
She is still asleep, yes.
Yeah, so I'll just like roll over there. Smack! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! And
Vale,
the nearest one to
you
me,
get
I just
slapped
like
aside, and you're just like, huh? The worst dream ever.
I'll roll over to the nearest one, and then I just like hit it as hard as I can.
Mhm.
Let's see. That I think that took up one of my attacks. Did it not? Waking her up.
Yeah, one of your actions. So
Okay.
you still have an action,
Yeah,
and then if you want to use a key point for more attacks.
I will do that. And hasted, I think that'll give me 3. I use a key point.
No, still. So you still only get the 2 from using the key point flurry of blows. The haste is just a general 1 extra action. So you use that to wake up Vale, and then you have your
got it.
action to attack, and then
Standard
flurry of
stuff, yeah.
blows.
Mhm.
All right, cool. Let's see. Blows. You live to take attacks. 2, so 3. Okay, cool. 1. I miss. 2. I hit.
Yay.
3. I think I
Yay.
hit. Damage 7. Damage 9 to the same one, so 16 total.
All right, cool.
Fire.
Cool.
So it's like a spinning back kick, and yeah, then just like kind of like Hadoukens with the last one. Just light on fire.
All right, cool. And that's all your rounds?
Oh, one more.
Okay.
Sorry. Oh, well, that's cool. All right, great. I'll re-roll that. Fuck it. I'll use the last fortune thingy. Advantage. Come on, advantage. 23 that hits.
Look at that.
Hey, 8 damage.
It was worth it. All right, nice.
No, we still have 2 fortune.
Shadouken, Horyuken. Oh, there you go. All right. Oh, we still got 2 more. Okay, awesome.
We still have 2 fortune as a group.
I'll give you 4 fortune back because we used one of Patty's design monsters, and that sleeps nasty.
All right, we're back up to 6.
All right, cool. Cool. Is anybody hurt at the moment?
Nah, I'm just sleeping.
Okay.
Or I was sleeping anyway.
All right, cool.
I think Moisha's injured, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm at 2/3 of my current hit points.
All right, cool. Just checking. Elril, so yeah, you messed up that thing's day, and
Nice.
let's see, was that one? Okay. Wow, really? So one comes up, the sort of middle-sized one comes up to you and tries to stab you and tail you and misses. So that happens, and then it's Islip's turn. What do you do?
Hit it with the boom.
Here comes the boom.
Fried bugs.
Is the one that I cursed earlier still there?
Yes, it is.
Okay, because that one is still cursed.
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Come on.
I want
6
to do
seconds.
vicious mockery again.
Okay, against that same one or a different one?
Different one.
Okay. It's a wisdom save.
Yes.
It makes it. Is there anything for? Is it just all or nothing with a success?
Yeah. I'm disappointed.
You try,
No.
and it just sort of shakes it off, and it doesn't like you. Vale, it's your turn.
I'm wondering if I just don't have good melee, or if it was just that roll.
I assumed you were always arrow all the time.
A little bit of
That's-
A, a little bit of B, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna do my arrows then.
Okay. You can
I'm a-
easily like take a step back and just start firing.
Heck yeah. Gonna do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Continue.
there it is.
That hurts.
And then
Heyo.
favored enemy.
Nice.
Whoever said enemy last time messed me up.
Emily.
15.
Wow.
Mini.
Big, little, or medium size?
Biggin.
The big one? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So like, Vale scoots back really fast, at the same time whipping out an arrow, putting it in the bow, knocking it into the bow, and then
You get another attack too.
yes. Sorry.
Don't apologize for having fun.
Fair enough. 18.
Bam.
Hold on. That's
One bad on your damage, but still doing pretty good damage.
that still hits.
That's a lot. That's good.
I do the
When
same.
even when you roll bad on your damage, you just still do a lot of damage. Crap.
Its day is slowly being ruined. Nice job. Moish, you're just surrounded by the things that you hate.
Excellent. Once again, pull from my pouch the fine iron powder, and I'll cast Shatter again.
Okay, that was a
Damn.
save.
It's a con save for all of them.
Ooh. Wow, that was unfortunate. They will all take. What's the con save?
16.
16. Oh, yeah. One really saved. The other two did not.
Okay. So the full damage for the full damage is 9. Half would be 5.
Okay.
And then I'll use my disarming appearance. This is the first attack I've made against each of them, and they'll all take an extra 16 damage.
Nice.
All right. Cool.
Wow.
Begone, evil monsters! Begone, terrible abominations from below! Begone, slavers and monstrosities of my people! There's that kind of like whine in the air of like high energy being spooled up, and then once again their bodies just ripple, almost like they're being completely almost like they're a tuning fork.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they're all looking kind of messed up right now. Cool.
If they're looking pretty messed up, I will actually spend 2 sorcery points
Mm-hmm.
to quicken spell and cast another spell as bonus action.
Oh, nice. Go ahead.
And I will cast. Whichever one looks the weakest, I'm going to attempt to finish it off and cast Magic Missile at it.
That's actually the biggest one, so go for it.
All right, I'm going to try to finish him off with the Magic Missile.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. 8 damage.
Okay, not too bad. Cool. And that ends your rounds?
It does, yes.
It doesn't. The littlest one doesn't like that you casting spells, so
Well, it can
that
go back
mess.
itself.
But again, it actually stabs you with its stinger, and you take 9 damage. And I need you to give me a con save.
Oh no!
Fortune points away.
19.
Hey, nice.
And
Again,
then I will make a.
You actually stop it just as you like manage to pull it off of you, and like again that little wiggling thing's out of the end, and you just sort of like grab it with your fingers and then just cast a small spell and incinerate it instantly.
Cool.
Please help. This one is in pain. And then I will make my concentration check for haste.
All right, cool,
Good to go.
Hey,
Haste is still up.
nice.
good to go. So, you see Nunchuck bound over everyone and then like land right next to you, and he stuffs something in your mouth, and it has the distinct taste of oatmeal and raisin. And you're healed for 4 hit points.
Oh my.
Okay.
He's like, oh, that helped. So this thing is actually it's having a really bad day. But again, you're food, so. And it tries to attack and do something, but like some mystical force keeps it, and like it just misses every time it tries to hit somebody.
Huh.
Curse is
Curse,
working.
nice.
Elril, it's your turn.
Huh. How many of them are still left?
They're all still
All of
left, and they're all looking kind of okay.
Like, is numbers wise, like, is there 4?
No, there's 3.
Right now?
There's
There's
3.
only 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it possible for me to use my stunning strike on more than one, or do I have to only target one specifically? that's
Oh God, I read that a long time ago. I think you can use it every time.
Okay. So I can substitute it for an actual attack, so I can use 2 stunning strikes potentially?
You could, yes.
Okay. So
You
I
just
will
have
do
to.
that.
You just have to use the key point each time you do
Yeah.
it.
Running kind of low. I might have to take a rest after this, but I'll use 2 key points and make 2 stunning strikes. So I'll move, attack, or move, attack, and then try to stun 2 of them, 2 out of the 3, so these guys can have an opportunity to attack.
What's the DC?
15 for Constitution. The automatic made it.
No, one did, but the one you hit the one that's cursed, and it's not having a great day, so it's stunned.
Cool. Excellent. All right. I will follow that up with let me see. Can I use my bonus action as a standard action to get a 3rd attack to just hit the one that I already injured?
Okay.
All right, cool. Then I will do that. Oh boy. Okay. How are we doing on the fortune points, guys?
Did you just use another one?
No, not yet. I just rolled a 1. Okay.
We
For the
have
5th
6. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Cool. 27. What a
Nice.
difference. 7 damage to the one that had injured before with the fiery fists.
All right, cool. So you hit that one.
Spinning kick to the head.
All right, cool.
Being hasted is great.
Nice. That's all your attacks?
Yes.
All right, cool. That one is going to try to one of them looks at you, Islip, and you can see it makes like some gestures with its fingers, or its claw fingers, or claws. And you feel like this compulsion come over you. Give me a wisdom save. Hmm.
13?
You sure you want to stick with that?
Depends. What is
Nothing
it
good will-
doing?
Nothing good.
Nothing good. Yeah, that's all you know right now.
Okay. Just
go-
a reminder, I have advantage against saving throws, against being poisoned, paralyzed, stunned, or put to sleep.
Yeah, none of that.
Okay.
All right, so you're rolling with 13.
Sure, why not?
You're now charmed, and you're compelled to run away.
Oh no.
Bye!
And it's your turn.
Nasty.
I think you can make another save against that, can't you?
End of her turn.
Yeah, on its turn or her turn.
End of her turn.
End of her turn, right? So you spend your turn just like running towards the entrance to the cave. Give me another wisdom save.
Damn.
It appears our ally has lost faith in our cause.
And you're running, and you sort of like scoot and halt, and you're just like, what am I doing?
Huh.
You're not charmed anymore. Vale, it is your turn.
That was weird. I'm not doing that again.
I'm gonna do my shooty things.
All right.
The stabby thing.
Step, step, step,
Long
step.
Keep you.
Step, 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 step.
16.
16 hits.
Yeah, 16, and then favored enemy damage is 20 piercing.
All right. Cool.
Awesome.
Wow. Really? Holy crap. Yeah, that big one is not looking great. Just not.
And then I get the
looking
second
great.
shooty bit.
Yep.
Yes. I like this. This makes me happy.
You gonna hit the same one? Yeah. If you hit the same
25.
one, it's dead.
Cool.
Okay.
Kill
Yeah.
it.
Uh, 25, and then favored enemy damage is 21 piercing this time.
Yeah, so you just like dunk another arrow, and it sort of like slams up from the force of the arrow against the wall, and then just like slumps down and starts sliding down the crevice hallway.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Cool, nicely done. Whoosh!
There's two left, both looking like they're having bad days. So Moish will use one sorcery point to twin spell his Ray of Frost.
Okay.
So I can hit both of them in the same turn.
Oh, nice. Do it.
So 27 to hit the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and a natural 20 to hit the second one.
Mm-hmm.
The first one takes 9 cold damage, which
Okay.
my abilities ignore their resistance to cold.
Right.
And then the second one does 16 cold damage.
16 cold damage. I see. You rolled an 8, sir. But I will allow it.
I critted.
Oh, well done.
And they both had their speed reduced by 10 feet.
Oh, nice. Cool. I dig it. Awesome. The Scary is, well, you just hit it, so it's going to come after you.
Sure.
But
That's
it's going to
cursed one.
swing at you and just missing in like that tail. Just, it really wants to get in you, but misses. Is anybody hurt?
Yes. I am bleeding profusely.
Breeding
Please assist.
profusely. So again, Nunchuck is already standing next to you. That is a lot of 6s. Standing next to you and just like reaches up and like crams this piece of pie from the side of your mouth into your mouth.
I'm so like base. I'm just finished swallowing the oatmeal he just crammed in my mouth. So the pie comes in. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah, so you got an oatmeal raisin cookie earlier, which, not the best. Which I really love oatmeal raisin cookies, by the way. But then he slams a piece of like pumpkin pie in your mouth. And
Makes it better.
I rolled all 6s, so you're healed to full.
Wow.
Player question.
Yes.
Player question. If you're full, does it still heal you? Like, what if you're absolutely full and you can't eat another bite because you're so damaged in battle and Nunchuck keeps like force feeding you? Like,
We'll say that he is a magical cook, so even though you may spit it back out, the effects have taken hold. So,
yes.
because like
Otherwise-
if just one little bit of the pie gets in your mouth, he's fine. But like, he's just being quick about it and just like, here, eat this, be healed.
I just needed to know this. This was important.
Yeah, he's also really short and like half your size, so usually he has to like climb up you and like slam it in your mouth, or he jumps and like tosses it. Yeah, it's fun.
Horrible.
Cool. So back to the top of the round. That guy's actually gone. It's Elril.
All right. So there's maybe 3 left now.
There's 2
Two.
left.
2 left. All right. That would be the one that I'm fighting, and the one which is still on Moish, is it?
Yeah, you're all sort of like really in a cramped hallway where everybody's a target for any of you. The only one that's really got some distance is Vale, who's just slightly up into the cavern a little bit.
All right. I will do the 3 attacks that I have, 4, right, with haste against the one that I'm on right now, and just try to finish it off.
All right, cool.
Bam, 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 bam. 1, 19,
19 hits.
26,
Definitely hits.
12.
Aw, so you gotta say,
And
if you hit with all attacks, I'd give you a fortune, but no. Cool.
I did 18 total damage though.
That is nice. I dig it. We'll say you hit the big one.
Cool. Run up its chest, like cross kick it, and then like while it's like covering its face, just like come up with both hands and like slam both sides of its head, like wha-bam! Try to deafen it.
And he says he doesn't do sound effects when he fights.
Interesting. All right, cool. So the big mind singer's gonna try to attack, and wow, misses. Oh, misses terribly. This time it's trying to attack you, Elril, as it's it swipes with its claw, and it's like big old daggers, and then that tail just comes down, and you just sort of like step back, and you're safe.
Nice.
Islip, you ran away before, but you're like, that's stupid. I'm not running away. Go back.
Try again.
You're muted. I think. There you go.
I just wasn't loud enough. I shoot it with my crossbow.
All right, cool.
Nice.
Do it.
And
You
I
should,
look it dead in
cast
the
them.
eye. I'm like, hey, I wonder what flies faster, my arrows or your family leaving you.
Whoa.
Damn.
Is it 15 hit?
Were you hitting the big one or the little one?
The
Crossbow
little
bolt
one.
is getting an extra added element of fire coming with it as well.
Shots fired. Yes, that hits.
D4.
What's the damage?
4.
Oh.
Nice.
Hey, I didn't say I was good at using it.
It's fine. You're good. All right, cool. Actually, you get 2 attacks, so attack again.
I do?
Mm-hmm.
I want to do it again.
Do it again.
Oh.
But that time you miss.
Shots were fired, but they did not land.
No, just sort of half landed. Vale.
Yes. Archery attack. 25.
Nice.
With favorite enemy damage of 20 piercing.
Wow. Crazy good.
That is... You want to try that again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do it.
28.
28.
With
yeah.
15 piercing this time. Sad face.
So at
Wow.
that point, the other Scarai, the littlest one, sort of like sees what's going on, and it's just like, F this noise, and starts to like run away.
Ooh, do I get an opportunity to attack?
You can if you want. That's fine.
Sure.
And you can choose to chase it down if you want, but you know that you're probably chasing it down deeper into the caverns.
10 damage. Clothesline.
Cool. It sort of like stops for a moment and keeps running. Does anybody chase it further down into the caverns past the family?
I would like to archery at it from where I am, if that's okay. Or use dash to go at, like, stop where the family is, and then shoot from there.
I'll allow it. Roll it.
Oh, man.
That one
I'm
misses. You can
hasted.
try again.
I'm hasted, so I can try to like slow it down. I can like move up with it and try to like get another hit off of it.
17 hits.
17
Let's see if
with
it's dead.
18 piercing for
Okay.
favored enemy.
What's the
Wow.
normal damage?
Normal damage is 14.
Maybe. So like it's running away, and you're just like thunk, thunk, and he goes, and they both flying in tandem, and one goes like straight into its back where it pauses, and the other one goes straight into its head, and it just falls forward dead.
Nice. You killed it dead.
So yeah, the family's sitting there. They're just looking at you in like amazement because you just killed the thing that was about to impregnate it with awfulness. And yeah, so everything seems fine at the moment. You gather up that family, take them to the front. You set.
Check them over for wounds and
No,
anything else
they were fine. They were about to have really bad days. So you saved them from a fate of horrible death.
I was just gonna say, like, maybe Nunchuck could give him some oatmeal cookies for the kids.
Yeah, he actually hands out oatmeal cookies, and everybody's like, "Yay, cookies!"
Yes.
So yeah, at that point, who's gonna set this thing off? Who thinks they know how to explode a hole?
I can do it unless we want to attach make some flaming arrows out of Vale's.
I'm for it.
Okay. Give me an attack roll. Just don't roll a 1.
One.
Mwah.
I think we'll be okay.
Myself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
15.
Not a 1.
Yeah, not a one.
Not a 1. So you actually like set one of the barrels just outside the crevice so that you can actually hit it with an arrow, and the fire goes in, and you guys all run like hell, and there's just a beautiful explosion of debris, of ice, of rock that comes flying out and lands off into the ocean and on the coast and everything. Yeah, that crevice just comes tumbling down in on itself, and you've closed the hole. So
Cool.
hooray!
Cave is on fire.
You saved the town. So
Nice.
there's not much left of it. It's just kind of the one family you managed to save in the crevice. The other family that had all the kids. There's a few others that managed to survive, but this town was fairly decimated. And they all thank you profusely, and they sort of scrounge up what best they can to sort of reward you, which is not much. It's really just kind of like foodstuffs and goods, because they know you're gonna have to take a trip pretty soon.
I like foodstuffs.
Please, no, keep my share and keep it to rebuild.
Thank you. You're so kind
But
to save us, and they'd be so
foodstuffs.
generous. So you're able to spend the night and take a long rest, and you know the next day that you're gonna have to make your way to Kovakimru. And so you're sort of sitting with the townspeople, and they tell you like the main road is blocked by a crawling glacier, which all of you know they're just massive chunks of like gelatinous ice that just destroy everything in its path, and that's not something you want to mess with. So they tell you there's 3 options that you could take to get it to get out. You could lower yourself, because part of this river, or part of this sort of inlet, sort of dips off into a deep gorge that spans the whole length of the continent. So they're like, you could lower yourselves into Tabor Gorge and navigate the perils down there. Once you eventually get to the other side, Kovakimru has an actual dock down there that you could possibly use. The other way that you could take is possibly go the western road, which is not the always traveled road. It's not well traveled, but we know that there's been a herd of fell deer along that road for some time that have just waylaid all sorts of traders and travelers. And then, well, the other chance, if you decide to go east, you're not going to take the main road, but if you went out far enough into the deep wood, you might be able to circle around and find the main road past the destruction of the crawling glacier. That thing, I hope it doesn't come this way. We've set some fires and some herded and herds up there to sort of divert it into another direction, but we don't want it to come crawling its way down the cliffside, and, well, obviously that would be bad. Consider all things considering.
Yes, what's left of your village would soon be destroyed and then engulfed by the glacier.
Yes. None of those choices are good, honestly. It's the Frostlands of Fenrilik. It's a toss of the dice as far as to which one's the safest route. But those are your choices. Those are where you can go. Again, we thank you. You're free to sleep here and take as long as you need and take what supplies you need. If you plan to travel eastern route, we could give you a dog sled or perhaps pulled by reindeer. Otherwise, there's a small raft we could give you to navigate the Tiber Gorge. And well, if you're going to the east, well, that we could give you a pack mule to take into the woods. But that's really all that we could loan you.
A pack mule. I've always wanted to ride one of those.
I quite enjoy the sound of reindeer myself. And at this time, Vale's little fennec fox friend comes bounding off the ship, and she scoops it up, and it just screams in joy.
Most impressive that you have tamed one of those.
It took a very long time.
Terrifying and beautiful sound I've ever heard in my life. I like it.
I agree. It is quite pleasant to my ears.
I suppose whichever way, I'll put it to the group and just be like, well, I've spent enough time on a ship, but I suppose we could always try to go around and go through the woods to go where we need to go. What say you?
I like fell deer. They're pretty cool.
So, Islip says that? Sure.
This one is most comfortable, not out in the wilds, but closer to the earth, closer to the underground.
The gorge might be the way for you. Unfortunately, you would travel the waters the whole way.
My friend, wherever you walk is the earth. Your paws touch the earth.
I look down at my cloven hoofs.
Your hooves touch...
A common mistake.
Ship.
Shall we roll for it?
Agreed.
Indeed.
Oh,
Right.
what is a fell deer?
I'm going to roll a d4. 4 being a reroll. 1 is the deer, 2 is the gorge, 3 is the spooky forest.
You could roll a D6 and it's 1 and 2, 2 and 3. Or
Shut up, Sean!
Okay.
No, that's a way better idea. 1 and 2 is the deer, 3 and 4 is the gorge, 5 and 6 is the spooky forest.
Right. Works.
Oh!
Here it is. Here it is.
The deer wins.
Here it is. Wow.
Here I went and wrote 2 other pathways. And... All right, cool.
The deer one.
But that's good. All right, cool.
Who did?
So yeah, you actually leave it to the roll of a dice. You got a little bone dice and you toss it, and yeah, it says you're going to take the overland route along the western old road. So,
All right.
you wake up the next morning, and they manage to haul all your goods up the elevator, and they take them off and they set them on a reindeer sled. It's actually 1 dog and 2 reindeer. Let's say that. Just split the difference. and you're able to put all the foodstuff goods and everything that you're hauling on a big old sled, and you're ready to go. And you're going to be traveling over a road that's buried in snow, probably, or in something like that. And you know that you're probably going to run into some Feldir, which anybody here could roll an insight or history or something like that.
19 insight.
19 insight. Anybody got a
Okay.
history?
I got a history, actually. Surprisingly. Natural one.
Wow. Cool.
I have
So-
0 in history, so.
Feldir are known to be animals.
I'll roll a history just to see what happens.
This one cannot be sure if Feldy are actually real.
Wow.
Dang it.
You are not meant to know what a Feldir holds. Yeah.
What the fuck?
So that's interesting. Oh, it's
Wow.
So Eric, you being a human, and were you native to this land, or were you?
Yeah.
Okay. So you remember tales, and you may have actually seen one once on sort of your monastic travels, where they are just these big ass, just balls of fur and antler that just
It's a bantha.
angry sons of bitches.
It's a bantha, right? Like that's kind of. I think I saw an illustration for it. It looks like a bantha, but with like slightly different horns. And,
I mean,
you know,
yeah.
obviously it's an environment.
If you wanted to compare it to something, that's a good visual. Just imagine
Okay.
that with like, yeah, it's hairy, it's angry, and it doesn't like anything.
Oh dear, indeed.
There you go. Yeah.
Yep.
That's why they're my favorite.
So, does anybody have handle animal or anything like that?
I do.
You do. Cool. So that
Ooh.
means
Let's say our ranger should.
yeah. You're actually driving the sled, let's say, and so give me an initial sort of handle animal to see how you.
I can be co-pilot.
Can you? Okay, you can.
Yeah. I'll
Let's
assist.
do that. So, Vale, give me a handle animal, and Elril, give me a handle animal.
All right.
Oh, nice.
And,
Cool.
yeah.
So you're up at a 19 at this point, and you actually are like patting down the reindeer, and you know, Nunchuck's over there feeding the dog an ostrich leg. So you have a good rapport with the animals, and you feel like you're gonna have a good trip. It's gonna be a good time. So you're out, and so like 2 of you can ride on the sled. A couple of others, like you put little Nunchuck in the in with the goods, and he's just kind of sitting there like just. And the other 2 are just sort of like riding along or hustling along on the sides. Yeah. So you're kind of like skiing behind it, which is cool. And yeah,
I'm for it.
so you're going through, and then if you have a higher survival, give me a survival check.
I roll.
Mine's a 3.
On
It's
ranger.
not too high.
I'll lean on the ranger. I can
I'm-
assist, maybe.
I
That's
have a
possible, but not much.
I rolled a 17. I have a 7.
Yes.
You
So-
rolled. Oh, okay, I see. Gotcha. 17's good enough, according to Patty.
Get attacked over here. I should have said lower based on Eric's rolls
I know,
tonight.
right? So you you're moving along, and you can actually see like things have gotten quiet. Where like there were birds and other sort of animal sounds around. Suddenly, those are gone, and there's just sort of the sound of the wind on the air as you're sailing by over the snow on the sled. And
Ooh, quiet.
Yeah, that sort of moment. And everybody give me perception checks.
Cool.
I'm good at that. Don't you worry.
26.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Luckily, I only rolled 12. Oh well.
17 somehow?
So Elril and Islip, who Islip, you're on the back skiing behind, and Elril, you're up next to Vale, acting as her co-pilot. You sort of catch off to your right in the trees, like you see snow getting knocked from the trees as something is like barreling through the woods.
Oh no. Don't have a clear line of sight to it at this point.
No, you can't see it. You know
How obscured is it?
It's like all you can tell, all you see is you don't see anything in of itself. You just see the signs of something barreling through trees, and you see like the snow like getting knocked from the trees. So the trees go from like pure white from freshly fallen snow to like you can actually now see the green as the each of them shake as something is sort
coming.
of something is coming and it's catching up to you, and it's actually starting to pull alongside of you.
Oh my.
Brace yourselves.
So out of the woods comes barreling that beast that you see there in our Discord chat. It lowers its head, it angles those antlers towards you, and it's coming towards you. It's trying to get you, and it just goes and like slams up into the sled. So we'll do this. Everybody give me initiative rolls, and you can't. I mean, attacking it's way overpowered for you at this point. So just trying to kill it straight up isn't really the answer here. But sort of outrunning it, outmaneuvering it, and trying to make it.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured.
So that it doesn't want to hurt you.
It's a hit point factory.
Yeah.
Find another way.
Cool. Oh, really? All right. Cool. So, Moish. Well,
yes.
So, you can use your skills. You can use your sort of utility spells or even your other spells to sort of be creative with them. But this is more of a test of it's like a skill test rather than a straight up fight. So, be creative on your turn to try to get this thing away from you.
Sure.
You have to hit more successes before you hit more failures to determine what happens.
Okay. Then I will. I will blow one of my 4th level spell slots.
Okay.
And cast a Scarred Land spell called Binding Aura.
Ooh.
And out of my pouch, I take kind of a hunk of this glowing orange. It looks, it's very much amber, like the amber that preserves bugs and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll put it to my head, and you see kind of this shimmering field appear around me and part of the sled. What it does is anytime a creature attempts to attack me or target me with an effect, or an area effect or anything at all, it must make a wisdom saving throw. And on a failure, the creature is incapacitated and its speed becomes 0. So I'll kind of basically position myself so I'm between the beast. I'm on the sled, between the beast and our sled, and make it so that it must try to attempt to come in my protective aura in order to, knock our sled off course and hopefully dissuade it from doing anything harmful.
All right, cool. So we'll say even on it, we'll see. Okay, so on its turn, it's definitely going to try to knock over your sled.
Right.
So it has to make a wisdom save to go against you, you said?
Yeah, and if it doesn't succeed, then it's incapacitated and its speed is 0.
Okay, cool.
And then just to make sure, I'm trying to slow this beast down as much as possible so we can get as much distance as possible. I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to quicken the spell and cast Ray of Frost on it. Not so much for the damage, but more to give it the speed penalty that Ray of Frost has.
Okay, cool. So you actually like are able to slow it down, and it twice actually. So it's not keeping up as it was before, but it's still just barreling down after you.
Sure.
So cool. We'll wait for Vale to get back, but we'll go with Islip first. Islip, what do you do?
Specific question.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Patty did the thing,
Mm-hmm.
is his character technically attacking?
No, like I said, there's no attacks in this. You can attack, and it kind of counts as a success. But like, this isn't a fight. This is a chase sort of scene.
Well,
so
the reason I ask is I want a charmed monster.
you can try.
Okay. Gotta make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Against what?
A
16?
16.
Yeah,
Oh.
it fails, so it's charmed for this round.
All right. So now it's friendly to us.
Not necessarily. It's still really fucking angry. So
It went from hostile to angry. Is that
Yeah.
the correct track?
Is it
Well,
hangry? Is it hungry? Can we feed it? Because I'm hungry. I kind of
Feet on
like.
my fist now.
it's Feldir at this point. So we'll count that as a success. So at this point, Patty, it's gonna try to come and go against you. So it tries to bump
Wisdom
up the
saving throw?
sled, but it hits up against your barrier. Oh, and it
16.
Also, oh wow.
it succeeds.
Okay, so
Oh.
the effective aura does not go off on it, but my aura is still up. So every time it tries to bump us, it'll
Okay.
have to do that.
We'll say that it just sort of jostles the sled and doesn't do any, but Vale's actually able to ride it pretty quickly. But the animals are not happy about this thing being so
No.
close.
They're not.
But it does get tired, and it is sort of like less interested of you because it got hit with the charm, and it sort of had to break through your barrier. But it's still coming for you. Vale, sit your back. What you do?
So I was thinking of using animal friendship or speak with animals. It depends on their intelligence, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like animal friendship is if they have an intelligence higher than 4, the spell automatically fails. I don't think I'm gonna be able to convince it to be a friend just because of how wild it is.
So if it has an intelligence above 4, it fails?
Yes.
It does not.
Oh. Cool. Well, then this spell, Animal Friendship, lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm.
Okay.
So it must be able to see and hear me,
All right.
and it is a wisdom saving throw in order to combat my animal friendship.
Wow.
Now, for other players to know, if one of us harms it, the spell automatically ends.
Let's see here. So, it you are actually sort of able to make a mental connection with it, and it goes. You get the sense that if you could translate, it's just like, I'm angry. This is my forest, sort of thing. To which it succeeded against you, but you get that piece of information. And it sort of like runs up against the sled again to try to like knock you over, but it doesn't manage to do anything at this point. Elril, it's your turn.
I'm going to attempt to jump on the thing.
Oh God. Okay.
I reach over, I grab the hold of whatever powders or things the wizard carries in its pouch. Like, I need the powder. The powder. Puts a handful of powder in my hand or something, and I use my acrobatics to leap onto the thing. I want to try to like rub some component of his in his bag into its eye to try into its eyes to try to blind it, and to keep it as so that way it can kind of like disorient it, and it might buy them some time to get away. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Sure. I will spend a point on that.
Okay.
Because this is kind of a thing. 17?
Nice. All right. So you're able to. What happens is like you're just like powder, and before Mosh can even like react, you just dig into his pouch and pull out whatever, and then backflip off the sled onto its head, and just like rub whatever you have in your hand in its face, and it's just like it is bucking you. It is like it's just barreling down along the road, shaking its head. It can't see. It's like wavering. It has no idea what it's freaking out.
I'll spend a point. Can I use it as a bonus action? Spend a key point to just like jump off, like double jump off it, like you know.
Oh no! You jumped onto the Feldir. You're there for a while.
Okay, all right.
You're along the ride now, son.
you made that life
Bucket
choice.
Bronco.
So, Moish, you just had some spell components ripped out of your pouch.
Yeah, I check my pouch and I go, oh no. He has taken the explosive powder. I contemplates whether or not he should warn him. No, I'm sure he knows what he is doing. He did it so confidently.
I have a 10 intelligence. Of course I know what I'm doing.
I will continue concentrating on binding aura.
Okay.
And then I will. How close is the Feldir? Like, could I reach out and touch it if I really wanted to?
I mean, yeah, I'm not. If you want to do that, I'm not going to say that you.
Wait,
can't.
no, hold on, hold on. Un momento.
Holding on.
Hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts, he says.
Holding.
I'm holding on to the Feldir. Is that not good enough for you?
Okay. Range 30 feet. Excellent. All right, cool. I will look into my pouch and be like, oh, where is it? I know it's in here somewhere. And I'll pull out a small kind of collapsible metal piece, like it telescopes, and it's fully telescoped.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just kind of roll it between my hands, and then just this great show of de-telescoping it, and push out an energy from me towards the Feldir. I'm casting Reduce at it. I'm attempting to shrink it.
Nice. What's the save against that?
It is a Constitution saving throw. I'm assuming this thing is quite hardy, but I'm still gonna try.
If you have a mini Feldir, I will just explode. My brain will explode.
Patty, I'm gonna give you a fortune for this, even before I roll, because I know I'm going to succeed.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure this thing is quite hardy.
What's the DC?
16. I'm sure it has like a plus 16 to go, but like.
So for fun knowledge, it has a plus 10 to its con save.
It's over halfway there without even rolling.
Cool. So, yeah.
So like if I see it doesn't work, I just like re-telescope it, untelescope it, re-telescope. I just keep doing it over and over. Huh. This has never happened to me before.
first time for everything.
Vale, it's your turn. What are you trying to do?
Drive.
Oh my gosh.
I wave them. I'm like, go, just go.
I am driving. I'm doing the drive thing with the animals and the handling of the animals.
Okay, so you're just trying to like get the most out of them, just trying to pull ahead, pull away.
Yeah. Yes.
Roll that animal handling.
19.
Nice. All right, cool. It's kind of what you needed considering the dire situation. So yeah, you actually like start to pull away, and Elril starts to starts to sort of like recognize that, oh, they're pulling away. What? I'm on a Feldir. Oh, what am I going to do?
Oh no.
Mistakes
This is
were
your
made.
idea, Eric.
Get away and hide.
Islip, what do you do?
I cast Bardic Inspiration
Okay.
on Moish for him to be able to try that thing again, if he can.
That's going to be a hell of a feat, given it's probably always going to win that.
Oh, plus I wouldn't be. I'm not rolling any. I'm not rolling anything for enlarge reduce, so I wouldn't be able to use your inspiration.
Yeah. You might
Would
want to
be
give it
better if
to
we cursed it?
I'll give it to Elril then, cause
Okay. You
Like,
might need it.
gonna
Fucking
get
Bronco.
fucked off. Yeah.
Sure. I'll take it.
Contrary to popular belief, this is his first rodeo.
So it's
Might
blind.
be his last.
It's not as fast as it's supposed to be. But so it's like sort of wavering back there and can't get anywhere close to you guys. But Elril, it is just bucking and kicking at every chance it gets. So it's your turn.
Cool.
What do you do?
Did I sufficiently blind it with the stuff that I put on its eyes?
Considering what it's doing, yes. For all intents and purposes,
Cool.
now it's blind.
I will spend a key point now, and I'll do like a double backflip thing off of his back and just kind of land. And I'm gonna try to just get away from it as quickly and as quietly as I can.
Okay.
Try to see if I can reconnoiter and go around to where these guys are going, so maybe they can pick me up down the road.
Considering
When
this
you
is
use
a
your-
chase, what you actually do is you do that whole thing where like you run down it and you run down its antler and do a flip over to back to the sled. But at this point, you're just sort of hanging off of it, just trying to survive. Moish, it's back to you.
Yes. Okay. What's the situation look like? Does it look like it's peeling off? Is it still doubling down on getting us?
It's slowing down. It's blinded. It can't really keep up with you because it's been frosted a couple of times. So yeah, you're pretty close to this thing maybe just giving up. And
All right, I'm gonna give it one last frost blast
okay,
to slow it down even more.
so you frost blast it.
Or you can
And-
just haste me.
No, it's good enough. You frost blast it, and you see like it hits its squaw in the face, and it goes down, and its antlers dig into the ground, and it does a flip over itself, and just ends up on
Ooh.
its back, and it's sort of there, and you scurry away on the dog sled, away from it, and you've successfully evaded the Feldir.
Yay!
Huzzah!
Cool. Awesome. So you spend the night in the woods. Nothing unusual happens. You're pretty sure that Feldir might still be stalking you though. And so you ride out the next day, and you come upon, and you can see like a frozen river next to you, but the ice cracks open and sort of breaks every once in a while and then refreezes. It looks like it might be pure death just to try to cross it. And that river sort of winds around and comes and cuts off your path at a bridge where there's this big monstrosity of a thing standing there, and it just kind of like flags you down. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Kind of stops you, looks at you all, and it's just this big troll with like this skull cap on, and it's got like some dingy clothes. Its skin's all blue, and it's kind of frost hanging off of it. and it's just like, whoa, hey, you ain't crossing my bridge unless you pay the toll, okay? So you pay the toll, I let you cross the bridge.
I'll look at the group and be like, I believe this one has heard this in a tale before. When I was a child.
Anyway, all right. So
I believe it's called a toll.
I'm just gonna look. I'm gonna check out what you got here. Okay, all right. So you got a dog, 2 reindeer. You got a pet cat. Looks like that's cool. There are 4 of yous. And what's in these boxes? What's in the boxes here? What you got here? What's in the boxes?
I would not open that. There's just death in there.
Oh, highly volatile stuff. Okay, that's good. Up the toll. All right. And he's writing some stuff down and checking some stuff up. Highly volatile. Fallout 4 peoples. Encountered a fell deer. That was interesting.
Wait, how did you know we encountered the deer?
Just asking questions. That's gonna cause more.
Wait,
right. Cool.
Did you sick the deer on us?
Again, still asking more questions. It's up in the price here. All right, cool. So that's gonna be 10,000 gold.
Can I make an insight check?
Wait,
To sniff out his bullshit.
Surely. Let us gather the resources and give it to you.
Islip goes up to this individual and puts her hand on him. I'm assuming he's not being hostile.
No,
just
he is
yet?
not being hostile.
So I cast Friends, the cantrip Friends,
Okay.
and she kind of just looks at him and smiles. Are you sure you want to do this? I mean, come on. There's not a whole lot here. We're just trying to go on our merry way, you know? I mean, we're just taking our time, and we just had a really rough day. You look like you had a rough day. Let's just do, let's just have a good time and just, not I mean, can we, instead of 10,000 gold, how about like 100 gold, I mean, we gotta sell this stuff, we don't got the money. And,
Give me a persuasion check.
I have advantage and a +5.
I've already
To
rolled his
all
disadvantage,
charisma.
so roll it.
Oh, nice.
Persuasion. 26 plus
So
5.
he kind of looks at you and he's just like, all right, I like you, little one. All right, in that case, all right, let me do some more calculations here, all right? All right, was nice, said kind words, did not get consent to touch me to cast spell, but we're going to let that one slide. All right, for yous, little one, I'll knock the price down. 7,000 coin.
I just look expectantly at Nunchuck. Please, pay the man so we can continue our trek and deliver you safely.
7,000 coin? Are you crazy? I don't got that kind of coin on me. I just got a bunch of spices and buns.
Wait, so how are you paying us?
I mean, the money's there. The money's got to be there.
Wait, did we just accept a contract without money up front? What kind of dummies are we?
I mean.
I was doing it for the flower.
I mean, my brother paid you each 1,000 to begin. Like, so you got that. I don't know. Did you bring it with you?
Oh, perfect. So
Right.
we have 4,000 coin. Can you supply the rest of the 3,000 so we can be on our way?
What? No, I ain't. I've already backed this venture, and then you get me there, and then everything's fine.
I
So-
have a better idea.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we? That was a very long and arduous journey with that fell deer.
Mm-hmm.
And we had some entertaining views. We learned how to work together to escape. Why don't we take a rest with this toll master? And perhaps, Nunchuck, you could fix him a feast that he has never had before.
We do take trades.
oh.
We do trades and
Wait,
bartering.
did we just take a long rest?
I mean, hours ago. You've been traveling most of the day.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
And I can entertain him with a show. Oh, there's some new songs I've been wanting to try out. I have one that's just amazing.
All right, you know what? This is interesting. All right. If you can prepare a good meal and you can make me laugh or keep me entertained for a while, I might knock it down to like I don't know, maybe 5,000 coin. We'll see. All right, we'll see.
Wait, what would you be willing to trade?
Well, I mean, you got your foods. You got the girls gonna sing here. You know, we'll see. Trades. I don't know what you got. What you got to trade? Maybe we can knock the fee down here.
This one does not have any earthly possessions.
Oh, well, that's not really going to help you when it comes to trading, now is it?
Do you like flower tea?
No, I've never had flower tea. Is it good?
It is the best.
Oh, all right. You know what? Let's all have a sit down. Let's talk. Let's have some foods, and we'll see what happens. All right. So Islip, I need you to give me a performance roll, as you are the pre-meal entertainment.
The pre-meal.
Ooh.
21.
21. All right. So, right, fair. What is your performance? What do you do?
So she prepares herself and she gets her little drum that she has and she starts banging on it. Put some rolls in my mouth. 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 Said, you know, I like to eat 7 days a week. Wings and pizza. Stuff that crust with extra cheese. Yeah. Yeah, well, feast on some wings and pizza. I'm so hungry, I can't stop. Bring that wings and pizza. Give me all the
Good night,
wings
everybody.
you got. Bring those wings and pizza. Pizza Hut is an art. Extra large. Woo.
Good night,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
We're good. Wow.
Dipping up into some wings and pizza.
So he's just the rhyme troll is just sort of looking at you, just like jaw agape, like I was entertained. It was dumb, but I was entertained. I enjoyed that. And then Nunchuck just takes out all of his cooking gear and manages to make up a really good dinner that you all sort of have as like an early evening meal. And he's like, you know what? I haven't had that much fun in a while. Usually people like try to attack me when I'm trying to charge them the toll. So you know what? I'm gonna let this one slide. You did good here. Have fun crossing the bridge. It's a great bridge. I really enjoyed making this bridge. Me and my brothers, we made it. Have you tried to cross it without my permission or paying the toll? They just would have blown it up, and then we would have rebuilt it in a week. It's a great bridge. Anyway, all right, guys. Have a good day. See you around. You travel this way. You know how it goes. All right, cool. Have a good day.
You're very gracious.
You were very pleasant company. Thank you so much for allowing us to stay here.
And so, at that point, you pull the dog sled in, and you see the walls, the black ice walls of Kuvakimru, and you're led in through the gates, and you see the hot springs that the town is centered around, and you're greeted by a couple of people who were expecting Nunchuck, who were the investors, and they turn over and they pay you another 1,000 gold, and all is well. And within a few weeks, there's now a Sprouting Hops tea house and noodle house established there in Korvakimru, and you guys took part in that. And
mission accomplished.
that is where our story ends. Awesome, good time.
Then nude. Ols.
Anyway, so yeah, you guys fought some Scare-Eye and decided what to do and went up
I
against
rode
the
Bronco
Feldir.
on a Feldir, man.
You
Doesn't
did.
get any better than that.
You did, and you actually succeeded in solving a problem without violence, which is awesome and great. So, good times. Excellent deal.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed that.
Absolutely.
It was entertaining for sure.
Yes.
Even when we were about to die, and it was very obvious that the DM was having mercy on us.
Well, if the story ends short, that's never fun for anyone. I always want to give you enough chances. So, cool. All right, awesome. So, as always, you can find us on the social medias at Vorpal Tales. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/VorpalTales. We have 2 other awesome adventures you can check out. On Mondays, we have Eric's going to run Conan Adventures in an Age Undreamed Of. And on Wednesdays, I'm going to be running Pugmire, our holiday special. We also have 3 terrifying tales every week on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Check our calendar. That will pop up as soon as we sign off. You can also find our calendar at the beginning of all shows and on our website at vorpaltales.com and on our Twitch channel. You can find me at SpaceLordPJs. I also have my doodle website at cartoon.ninja. Real quick, everyone plug your pluggables. Let the viewers know what show they can catch you on next and any other cool online things that you're doing. Patty.
My name is Patrick Horn. I am on the internet as at @PattyShakes_. And I had a ton of fun, not only prepping for this session with this character, but also writing some supplements, realizing that I may have created the ultimate small group killer in that Skarai variant we came across. Sleep. When it's one of those things that doesn't have to do a HP counter like the spell sleep, it's pretty fucking powerful.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. That was fun.
Yeah, I named it a 9. I think we're going to bump that up at least to an 11 or something like that.
Yeah,
especially in conjunction with other monsters. Yeah. But yes, the next time you'll see me will be tomorrow for the Contagion Chronicle, and then after that, I will be in the Pugmire Yuletide, reprising my role as Rinaldi, based on my real-life Shih Tzu that my wife owns. And after that, I will be doing Mad Mage on Friday. And after that, I'll be running a one-shot for Extra Life. So I am super busy this week.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Ever, where can we find you next? And what other cool online stuff are you doing?
All over the internet as Changeling Ever. And you'll find me in every single game that Vorpal Tales plays. Because they, quite frankly, own my soul. But yes, I enjoy every second of it, so it's not non-consensual soul owning.
Yeah, always get consent for soul ownership.
Yes,
Precisely. Looking at somebody here, just nobody in particular.
I mean, if they're dead, do they really have consent?
Oh man, we're not going to get into that. Eric, where can we find you next, and what are the cool online things you doing?
You can find me online at Maroon Recluse on Twitter, and I'll be here for Sunday, where we begin Tyler's Call of Cthulhu game, and I will be running Conan on Monday.
It just occurred to me that we're going to do Extra Life this week all night. You guys are going to be up all night, and then you're going to game on Sunday.
Yeah, I'll also be on Extra Life very late at night, but yes, I'll be on there.
Okay, that's going to be fun. Wow. All right. Cool. Drink lots of coffee and get some Cokes. Tiffany, where can we find you real quick? Where can we catch you next?
You can find me at Pinky_88 on Twitter. You can also find me at Pinky_Pie88 on TikTok. I post lots of D&D related content, as well as me doing some singing duets. I promise I don't sound horrible. I'm not a bad singer, I swear. You can find me doing the Pugmire game. I'll be reprising my role as Hamburger Husky, and Ham really enjoy hanging with friends. Ham like people. Ham have a good time.
Ham's gonna be great.
Ham's gonna have a good time. You also can find me playing Izzy on Mad Mage with Patty Shakes, and that's gonna be also a good time. And Izzy loves oatmeal cookies. For the record, all cookies are good cookies. Doesn't matter what the flavor.
All right, cool. Our next awesome adventure, like we said, is Wednesday night with Pugmire, Pirates of Pugmire. We're using all the supplements. How the Pirates Stole Yuletime, so that should be a lot of fun. Sick or Sex, you don't have to go home, but you can't keep playing this game tonight. Watch us, me, and all the rest of the Vorpal Tales crew next Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Our holiday special. It's going to be great. Check out our other shows practically every night at 9 p.m. Remember to slap that like and subscribe, and for the love of the dice, game on.
Come on. That's a nice little banger we got it going at the end here.
Mm-hmm.